my dears. Santa's only got just that much room in his pack, and there's so many of you.
Don't worry, Miss Parfait. Mr. Claus will take care of us, just like he always does.
Absolutely right, Tony. All right, now run along, children, and finish decorating the front yard. Go on, off with you. All of you, out. I've already got your request, Tony. You wanted a puppy dog.
I know. I waited till the little kids were gone. Miss Parfait?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when I told you not to worry about Mr. Claus? That he'll come this year like he always does?
I remember, Tony.
Well, Miss Parfait, would you mind telling me? I'm worried.
Oh, Tony, no.
I mean, all those war noises out there in the ocean. Suppose Mr. Claus gets scared away.
Not a chance, Tony. Not a chance. Santa Claus is a very brave man. He'll be here on Christmas Day. I guarantee it. My dear Commander McHale, I know how busy you are.
Now, Luana would like a doll like Dorothy Lamour.
Who wouldn't? She'll have to settle for a McHale doll with grass diapers.
Sure. And Sam Samulau a sled. Ooh, your sled.
Well, we had to fake that, Skip. How about this, though? Flexible flyer surfboard. Huh?
That's nice work, Chuck. Nice work. Now, for Tani, a puppy dog. Oh, boy, a puppy dog. Anybody been able to come up with something like that?
One puppy dog coming up.
What?
All right, so he's not pedigree, but he sure is smart. I already got him where he can roll over. Now, how about that? But you know something? It's murder getting him to bark, you know. Yeah, not like that, Lassie. Now, come on, now, deeper. Whoa. Come on. Yeah.
Good boy. Well, who knows? Maybe we straighten out his tail? Now, let's see. I know some of these requests will be hard to fill, McHale, but if anyone can do the impossible, you can. You're one of the world's most impossible Santa Clauses. But I'm desperately counting on you to come through again with your usual miracles. God love and bless you, that stubborn old dame, Miss Pamela Parfait. That's a real doll. And dedicated. Dedicated.
Quite a dame. Doll. Lady.
Yeah, that she is. That she is. Oh, now, Chuck. Now, look, here's Buena Loa. Right. Now, the airdrop for Santa Claus is at 1100 hours. So give me and Jack Frost here a half hour to hit the kids with the small stuff. Then you come in with your brownies and hit Christmas Beach with the big stuff, including the turkey dinners.
Gotcha, Skip.
Now, I got the flyboy all set up. We're going to do it the traditional way this year. Santa Claus is going to drop in from the sky. The kids will love it.
Oh, sure. Up dancer, up prancer, down tinker.
Oh, that's beautiful, Christy. Beautiful.
Great, huh? Oh, and Skip, I'm awful sorry about Dancer, Prancer, Donner, and Blitzen, but one head of reindeer's all I could round up.
Well, that's good enough, buddy. Good enough. What's the matter, Fuge? What's the matter?
Skipper-san, where do you get these cheap, no good light bulbs? No wonder. Made in USA.
This is Christmas, remember? Goodwill.
Yeah, well, I just hope Binghamton remembers that when he finds out about this. I still think we should have got his permission.
Ahoy there! It's your friendly Yuletide caterer. Hot turkeys for everyone. Compliments of Captain Binghamton.
Oh, boy. Great work, Groover. Great work. Hey, you guys, give him a hand, and let's get ready to roll. Oh, gone.
Hey, Skip.
Yeah.
What have I been worrying about? Why didn't you tell me Captain Binghamton knew about this?
Well, who said he knew?
Well, he donated all those turkeys.
Yeah, but he doesn't know he donated them. When Groove said hot turkeys, he means those turkeys are hot.
And Admiral Reynolds wired, quote, "Season's greetings," unquote. Request for clemency from Seaman Melvin Spencer, sir.
Well, what the heck, Carpenter? It's Christmas. Take Spencer out of solitary. Put him in a cell with another prisoner for one day.
You're very kind, sir.
I know. What is on the menu for the Officers Club Christmas dinner tonight?
Consommé of madeleine.
Oh, that's fine.
Caesar salad.
Ah, yummy.
For the main course, breast of chipped beef with cranberry sauce.
Good.
For dessert, baked Alaska with what I know you're going to enjoy.
Rest of what?
Chipped beef, sir.
What is all this about, Lieutenant? What has happened to my turkeys? What?
Well, the turkeys seem to have disappeared, sir, but the cook has come up with a brand new recipe for chipped beef. He's dipping it in cranberry, sir.
I don't care what he's dipping it in. I don't want chipped beef. I want turkey. You'll see that those turkeys are returned to me at once, Lieutenant, uneaten.
Well, sir, I don't know how I'm going to do that because...
What do you mean disappeared? You mean stolen. Isn't that what you mean, Lieutenant? Stolen? Let me ask you one question. What manner of man could be so rotten, so devious, so conniving, and don't answer me. I know the answer. McHale, get me my boat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hello, Mr. Schuyler, and a Merry Christmas to the United Press. Won't you sit down and make yourself comfortable right over there? I'll be back in a few minutes, and I'll fill you in with some heartwarming little stories about my early war years. First, I have to track down the pillaging, conniving, unprincipled scoundrel.
What's McHale done now?
Your colorful and nonconformist friend has filched the turkeys right out of my loyal officers' mouths, and to be in character, he's done it on Christmas Day.
What a story. Let's go.
Yes, come on with me.
All right, you brownies. 10. All present and counted for, Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, bunch of swabs. You look fine. Every one of you. Yes, sir.
Hey, Skip, don't you think you're kind of overdoing it? Isn't that a pillow too many?
What do you mean, pillow? That's all me, boy. You better watch the way you talk, or I'll demote you down to Brownie second class. Well, Mr. Frost, shall we be winging?
Okay, let's twinkle.
See all you gremlins at Buena Loa.
Oh, the blazes was in that plane.
I don't know, sir, but it must have been some admiral. One of them had a beard.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hayes, where you been? Down at the ice house. I figured, what's Christmas without snow?
Hey, that's a great idea. Will you look at that, Mr. Parker? Snowball.
Now, that's ridiculous. Now, man, I gave an order, and I'm the brownie in charge, or the officer in charge. And you come back with a...
Hey, that is snowballs. Kind of reminds me of Christmas back home.
That's the Hungry Armies, Mr. Parker.
Yeah. Well...
Now, I'll tell you, Mr. Schuyler, the day that I can laugh and forget about this, it'll be a cold day in July. A snowball in the South Pacific?
It's a snowball, all right. Wow, what a story.
Oh, well, that explains it. See, there's a sleigh up there. What in creation is that?
Oh, it's Binghamton. Hey, what are we gonna do?
Now, don't lose your head. Just act like nothing unusual's going on. Ten.
Funny thing happened to me. I was just hit by a snowball.
That is funny, sir.
But things will get worse, Parker. Oh, you are Parker, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, let me guess. Leprechauns? The Seven Dwarfs.
No, sir. But you're getting warm.
I give up.
We're brownies, sir.
Oh, brownies.
Yes, sir. We're Santa's helpers. And this is our...
Cut it out. I've had about all of this nonsense and I'm gonna stand. Where's my good friend, Brownie McHale's?
Begging the captain's pardon, sir, but Commander McHale's not a brownie.
He's not.
Oh, no, sir. He's Santa Claus.
You men must be bucking for a gang, Section 8. I've never admit... You smell something, Mr. Schuyler?
Yes, a story.
No, I mean turkeys. I mean roast turkeys. I mean roast turkeys stolen from my mess.
Well, sir, we were going to leave a thank you note, sir.
Stop it! Now, there must be an explanation for this whole thing, but I prefer to wait and read the results of the court-martial.
Shouldn't we hear their side of it first? Go ahead, Parker. Well, sir, it's a very simple thing. You see, there's this mission on Bwana Loa, and, well, Santa Claus, Commander McHale, he flies over in a plane and drops gifts to the orphans there, and then we come along in the boat as brownies and pass out hot turkey. Your hot turkey.
Well, the human angle, just the kind of story I'm looking for.
You mean a PT boat crew in the South Pacific, led by that sentimental base commander, Wallace Burton Binghamton.
Carries the spirit of Christmas to a gallant little group of waifs stranded in the South Pacific.
Would make Life magazine, or maybe even Reader's Digest, the most unforgettable commanding officer I ever met.
Well, sir, shall we all get on board?
That's a Binghamton. There's no P in that. The accent is on the Bing. Now, what are you waiting for, brownies? We've got a date with Christmas. Now, get a shot of me getting on board, would you?
But, sir, what about the Officers Club dinner?
Let them eat chip beef.
Is here.
Santa Claus? Well, he's not due for another hour yet.
I saw him, Miss Parfrey, landing on the North Beach, but he's dressed different this year. He's wearing a brown suit.
Well, there's a war on, dear. A brown suit? Oh, one of Santa's brownies.
With glasses.
Glasses?
Yes, and he's carrying a big sword. And a flag with a red ball on it.
Oh, no. It's the Japanese. Tani, run and get the children. Get them down to the motor launch. And hurry, dear, hurry.
Happy landings. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!
Geronimo!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Padding every place but where I need it. Hey, Tink. Give me a hand here, will you? Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Hey, I don't see them around. I don't see any kids.
They must be hiding. I hear rustling in the bushes.
Yeah? Yeah, that little rascals, that's what they're doing. Come on, this will smoke them out. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Come on out, you little darlings. Santa Claus is here. Come on out. Whoa! Merry Christmas!
I hope the kids got away. I think they did. I didn't see Miss Puffrey's boot. It was gone. You know, being out of uniform, they could shoot us as spies. And our guys are walking right into a trap. Well, I'm glad you're happy. Who's happy? Your beard tickles. Hey, Tink, that might work. What might work? You just keep laughing. I got an idea. I think we can bluff our way out of this.
You're upstairs. That's me. Come in.
Oh, well, Merry Christmas. And now, if I may have your name, rank, and serial number?
Certainly. Yukio Shimura, Major Imperial Japanese. Wait a minute. That's what I'm supposed to ask you. You, my prisoner.
We're your prisoners? You're a bit confused, Major.
What's going on here? Who you, anyway?
The name is Santa Claus and Jack Frost.
Santa Claus, Jack Frost. What is all about? What?
There's one in every outfit.
Let me explain, Major.
Shimura.
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 Well, now, we come to you as conquerors, but this being Christmas, we come bearing gifts. What's this?
Oh, what's this?
Yeah, what do you want? Use this. That's it.
But I got it!
Now, Seymour, where's your sense of humor? Today's a day of goodwill.
Now, after these gifts have been distributed to your men, we'll sit down, like good officers should, and arrange the terms for your surrender.
I don't want to hear no more about Santa Claus or surrender. We have whole company of men here.
We know that too, Major. Oh, yes. Our naval intelligence had us all briefed on this thing for many, many weeks. You walked right into our trap.
Trap?
Between you and me, Santa, I don't think they're going for it. What's going to happen when the brownies get here?
That's got to be the clincher. Now, maybe you'll believe me when the turkey dinners arrive.
Turkey dinner!
Look, today is Christmas, and we feed turkey to all the boys in the prisoner of war camps. Could we do any less for you poor boys?
Turkey dinner? Now I tell you what we serve in our PW camp.
Jingle bell, jingle bell. You see?
Hey, jingle bell, jingle bell.
What's going on here? What? You trying to pull some psychological warfare?
I told you, Major, those are your turkey dinners. My brownies are right on time. Now, if you'll just throw your arms down.
You tell your brownies to throw their arms up. No tricks. Go, try the game. You stay. Santa.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey,
Hey, look, there's the skip.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, Santa Claus!
Oh, hello, Scarlet. What are you doing there? And Captain Binghamton?
Want to hog all the glory for yourself, didn't you, McHale? Now, where are those underprivileged little tykes? I have a speech for them.
Wipe that frown off your face, Captain, and smile. Smile.
McHale, don't you order me to smile. I'm your superior officer, and I look unhappy if I want to.
There's a mess of Japanese Nambu rifles pointed straight at you. Just waiting for you to say cheese.
Cheese! Merry Christmas!
Cheese! We sailed into an ambush skip?
I'm afraid so, Chuck. But come on and bring those turkeys. Play it cool. I got a kind of a con job going on. Smile.
All right. All right, man. Let's move out. Play it cool. Play it cool. Really cool. Easy, Captain. Easy. Put your arms. And fly out of there, Captain. Right there.
I'll get you for this, McHale. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I told you, Major Seymour, my brownies would arrive, huh? All right, now, men, I've explained to our prisoners of war that as soon as we've had their turkey dinners, we're going to transport them back to the prisoner of war camp. So let's have a little more singing, shall we, fellas?
All right, there's Skip. They've got the guns and the bayonets.
Sing, sing.
Hold on. Jingle bells. Here, see. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Cut that out!
Hey, he sounds just like,
Well, Seymour, what do you say? Well, if that's your attitude, I'm going to take the turkeys right back to Yoss's mess. Okay.
all right, men, back to the boat with the turkeys. Let's move it on the double, man. We're all, as you were, man.
You Yankee going no place. Who you trying to kid? You say you come to capture us. Where is your support? No ship, no plane, no nothing. Oh, you nutty Yankee, going to stockade.
Merry Christmas, McHale.
Such crass impertinence. Starting a flap on Christmas Day? No sense of ethics at all.
Your picking us up was the best Christmas present we could have had. Oh, dear. I just hope you don't have to destroy our mission.
Oh, never fear, my dear. We'll just fire a few shots over their heads and drive the blighters back into the sea.
Now, wait a minute. Now, come on, Seymour. Now, this being Christmas, I'm going to give you one more chance.
Oh, no, I sure listening to you, Yankee. All this talk about Christmas is also nonsense. I not believe one word. Now get going.
Merry Christmas, one and all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
There is a Santa Claus. Come on, you little brownies. Don't just stand there. Grab their guns. Yes. Thank you, Major. Thank you very much. Come on, fellas.
Then you make a ball out of it. Snowball. Snowball.
Commander.
Huh?
We don't have any mistletoe, but I'd like to thank you anyway.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Oh, and this is for you.
For me?
Yes, sir. And all of this would not have been possible without our great captain, Wallace B. Binghamton.
What a story. How do you spell Binghamton again?
No, Mr. Schuyler, I want McHale to get credit for the whole thing. The turkeys, the plane, the Navy fuel expended, the government equipment used, the whole shebang.
Oh, well, that's very generous of you, sir. It shows you're a good holiday spirit, doesn't it?
Yes, I want you to have a happy Christmas, McHale. I want you to live it up until 1 minute after midnight, then you're going to pay through the nose. Now, men, the reason I've called you in here is I want to brief you on a mission that is a little out of the ordinary. This comes all the way from Washington, and I have assured the admiral of our full cooperation.
Well, I bet it's a combat mission.
What?
Nothing, sir. Go right ahead.
I have every intention of going right ahead, McHale, if you'll stop mumbling.
Yes, sir.
Now, Carpenter, you and McHale have the only two PT boats that are in shape to go out, so it'll have to be one of you.
Sir, if you don't mind, I'd like to volunteer.
Nice going there, Copy, but this combat mission belongs to us.
That's right, sir. Remember, we're the ones who rescued that bomber crew.
All that does not alter the fact, McHale, that you have the sloppiest, most disorganized, slipshod, wholly unmilitary craft in the entire South Pacific.
How about that? We're finally making a name for ourselves.
Captain, set up.
Yes, sir. About the mission, sir.
Oh, yes. It's top level. Really top level. The Office of War Information is sending an important war correspondent out here. Going to do a story on PT boats, pictures, how you operate at sea.
That crummy sightseeing cruise. Copy, you can have it.
Don't interrupt me and watch your language.
Yes,
Sir, in light of Commander McHale's heroic rescue of that bomber crew, I request permission to withdraw from any consideration from this mission.
Oh, no, you don't. Captain, if pictures of my disorganized, slipshod, sloppy boat get back to the States, why don't you just wreck the home front?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, though, Skip, if we scrubbed ours down a bit, I think...
Have you lost the feeling? Yeah.
I really am surprised at you men. You would think with all the time that you have spent in these islands that you would welcome the opportunity to have an American woman aboard.
A dame?
A woman? Yes, sir, I request permission to withdraw my request for permission to withdraw from this mission, sir.
Captain, my boat isn't really sloppy, sir. It's just got that lived-in look.
Yes, sir, I think for an assignment like this, you need a man of my caliber who can go out and show the people that this is the kind of man they don't have.
Tell you what, Copy. I'll match you for it.
McHale, put that coin away. If I know you, it's got two heads.
Heads?
Tails.
Now we're going to settle this the Navy way. You two men will have your ships ready for inspection first thing in the morning.
Yes, sir.
The crew that makes the best showing will have the honor of being the host for the correspondent, Miss, Brent.
Patricia Brent?
You know her?
We've met.
Good afternoon, my dear. Welcome to World War II. Thank you. Were you headed anywhere special, or are you here to brighten up the day for the enlisted man?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was on my way to the ship's store to pick up a package.
Oh? Well, step out of that tired, tropical, beastly sun. We can't have that freckling up that adorable nose. Now, about that package.
Well, it's a carton of film for Miss Patricia Brent of World Photos.
Miss Patricia Brent, right?
Right.
I'll be back before you can say, Torpedo Man Lester Gruber, I love you.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon, Captain.
How are you?
Fine.
Good, good. You're finding your way around all right?
Yes.
Here you are, Angel. Now, I know a beach where we can be alone. Just you and me and the captain.
Stop that, Sammy. What's the matter with you? My Jeep is right over here, my dear. Hey, aren't you one of McHale's pirates? Get back to your island.
Goodbye, Gruber. And thank you.
Come on, you guys. Haven't you ever seen an officer pull rank before?
Hey, Groove, did you get our smoke?
Okay, you guys, stop shooting the breeze. We got work to do. Where are the mops, the rags, the buckets?
What do you want with the mop? What's the matter?
We're going to have a big inspection tomorrow.
There must be some mistake.
Ah, this inspection's going to be worthwhile. You know what we get if we win? A dame!
Who is she?
A gorgeous newspaper gal by the name of Patricia Brent. And she's nuts about me. You should have heard her. She called me Gruber.
A Dame war correspondent?
Yeah, I'm built like a battleship.
I'd settle for a cruiser myself.
Okay. What gives?
Well, I got the poop from Binghamton's Jeep driver. This inspection's a contest between us and Carpenter's boat. Whoever wins gets this doll for a full week.
No contest.
Let's not just stand around, fellas. Get going. Get the rags.
I'm in the
What in blue blazes going on here?
I heard about the inspection, Skipper. We want to get a head start.
Are we going to show that carpenter winning a walk?
Come on, you guys. Down, boys. Down. Nothing.
What's the idea, Skip? We got a lot of cleaning to do.
Oh, no, there's nobody cleaning anything. Not on board my ship, you don't.
Well, then how are we going to win the inspection?
Well, that's just the whole point, you happy little bunch of homemakers. This is one inspection we're going to make sure we lose.
But Gruber said she was gorgeous.
Oh, Gruber, boy.
You've been out here too long, buddy. Take my word for it. I've seen this female scare witch doctors. Just leave the rust right where it's at, huh? What I said still goes. We blow the inspection.
Ah, jeez. Skip, just let me get a chance to get close to a game.
Quiet, you bilge rats. And remember this. Until this inspection's over, I'm running a tight ship. And a dirty ship.
You heard the skipper, Groove. Drop it.
Yeah, it's too warm for a mutiny.
Hey, look, guys, I don't know what's with the skipper, but this time he's way off base. I tell you, I saw this newspaper gal, and my baby blues at 2020.
Yeah, well, I wonder why he gave us a bum steer.
Who knows? He must have her mixed up with 3 other dames. Take it from me, you'll be kissing my toes when you see her.
You say she's really a dish, huh?
Like Betty Graver with a little Rita Hayworth thrown in upstairs. Wait a minute. You know, there's more than one way to skin an eager beaver.
Oh, what do you mean?
If we can't polish up our boat, and there's only one thing left to do. Louse up Carpenter and his bunch.
Hey, you
Willie, go out and promote a bucket of lamplight. Cap, get a lot of live. We're gonna need it.
Okay.
Burge, you and Fooge come with me. I know where the 116 boys get their laundry done.
What do we do there?
Sabotage.
Oh,
You can say that again. Let's go.
Lolani kissed better since last lesson?
Why don't you go right to the head of the class?
Go, Samurai. Help! Man escaping! Prisoner of war escaping! Hey, Sailor, lend me a hand! Sorry, madam. Fortunes of war.
Lieutenant Carpenter need these for big inspection tomorrow. Nice of you boys to help.
What else can we do? Hey, you there. Put in more starch. And don't try anything funny. I got you covered.
Banzai!
Too much starch.
Nonsense. Nothing's too good for Carpenter's crew.
Time for another lesson, honey.
Well, McHale, I must say your boat is in fine shape. For a garbage scow, for a PT boat, it's a disgrace. An absolute disgrace.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Carpenter. Oh, McHale, you might as well go with us. I'd like to have you see what a boat that's part of our Navy looks like.
I am certain Ensign Burns will have everything shipshape, sir.
Hell, I don't know why I'm bothering to inspect the 116 at all. It's obviously no contest.
Well, so those are the breaks.
I'm sure Miss Brent will enjoy herself aboard our boat, sir. That is, of course, if we win the inspection, which I am sure...
Is this your idea of some sort of a joke?
No, sir, I don't understand it, sir. Really, I don't. Mister, tell me just what is going on here.
I don't know, sir. This is the way the uniforms came back from the laundry. We had nothing else to put on.
Well, let's get on with it. Get out of my way. Lieutenant, I don't know what's going on here, but I intend to get to the bottom of it.
Get overboard! I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Sorry, he says. McHale, you win the inspection by default. This is the most... I could just scream.
Hey, get a load of that. What a dish.
Rube's right. She's gorgeous.
Ba 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 boom! Let me handle this. Hiya, beautiful. Welcome aboard. Just consider this your home away from home.
I'd like to speak to Commander McHale.
Yeah, hey, Hap, get the skiff.
Okay. Tink is the name.
If you'll step right this way.
Boom!
I'll show you around.
She's here, Skip. That newspaper lady.
Well, you guys asked for it. I bet you're sorry you didn't listen to me now.
Hey, Skip, you gotta get yourself a pair of specs. She's a dream walking.
A dream? Not the Patricia Brent I know.
Well, look for yourself.
Oh, my.
That ain't Tinker.
This, dear lady, is where I keep my torpedoes.
Our torpedoes.
My torpedoes.
Commander McHale?
That's right, that's right.
I'm from the Office of War Information. Carol Kimberly.
Office of War Information, Carol. How do you do, Miss Kimberly?
Hey, that is the name Gruber said.
I don't know it.
I hope it won't be too inconvenient for you having a woman on your boat.
Oh, no. We can put your stuff downstairs, and you can have my bed. I can sleep on the floor. Deck. That's Navy talk.
I won't be coming with you.
Oh?
No, I just brought Miss Brent down.
Oh.
Hey, is there somebody gonna give me a hand with this stuff?
Hey, you there, be careful. Those are cameras, not coconuts.
Okay, you man, come on, give Gruber a hand with Miss Brent's gear. Miss Patricia Brent.
That's Patricia Brent?
Quinn McHale.
Hello, Pat.
Well, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel when they put an old tramp ship captain like you on one of these sea-going firecrackers.
Thank you, Patricia. Gruber, have you met Miss Brent? This is the Miss Patricia Brent I was telling you about.
I've had the pleasure.
Quinn, I want to tell you right now, I'll need a room with running water to develop my film, complete freedom of action, and the galley to myself. I'm up to here with Navy cooking.
Oh, I'm sure Commander McHale will give you his fullest cooperation. Won't you, Commander?
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course he will. Captain Binghamton made a point of it. All right, you men, get those things aboard and then get the rest of my luggage from the Jeep. Well, don't just stand there. I've got a deadline to meet. All right, you men, get my gear and be careful. Come on. Look, will you cover up? You're positively indecent. How about using those buttons, huh? Would you tuck your shirt in? Oh! What is this, a PT base or a burlesque show?
Patricia, maybe you prefer to do your story on some other crew. You know, Lieutenant Carpenter has a much-needed outfit.
Oh, no, you're not going to get rid of me that fast. Now, where can I set up my darkroom?
Well, we thought we'd set up a tent for you and...
A tent? Forget it. That shanty over there doesn't look too seedy. I'll just move in there.
Hey, whoa. That's my hut.
Thanks, Quentin. I'll tell Captain Binghamton you've been most gracious.
Thanks, Quentin. Ooh, I'd like to...
Want to share my hut, Skip?
We had to listen to you.
Okay, so I made a little mistake.
Little mistake, huh? You promised us Miss America, we wind up with the Bride of Frankenstein.
Even he wouldn't marry her. She's a beast. What a drag. Hey, let's go talk to the skiff. It's a good idea, Willie.
Hey, Skipper, you gotta get us out of this.
Give us a break.
Yeah, give us a break. You gotta get us out of this. I'll let you guys stew in your own pot, just to teach you a lesson. But I don't deserve that kind of punishment.
Well, it's Gruber's fault.
You got a plan, Skip?
Come here, you 8-balls. Now, our guest came right to the boat from the plane, huh?
Yeah.
So, that means that Carpenter and his crew didn't see her. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now, we gotta make sure that they don't see her. So, Tinker, this afternoon, you and Willie take her for a ride, say, up past the fishing village.
In the Jeep?
In a Jeep. In a canoe.
Oh, so you want us to drown her?
Well, not unless it's absolutely necessary.
Oh, enough of this.
Up around the next bend, there's a dandy clump of palms. Might be some Jap snipers in them, so keep your camera handy.
Look, sailor, you've kept me out in this wooden bathtub all afternoon, and so far all I've shot are happy natives fishing, happy natives swimming, and happy natives in their happy huts.
Don't you like happy natives, ma'am?
I'm set out here to do a war story on PT boats, remember? Where's the action? Where's the Japanese Navy? What's the matter with you sailors?
It's the 116, Carpenter's boat. If they see how the skipper's plan is shot.
Isn't that a PT boat? Sure, it's a 116.
I don't see anything.
Look, sailors, and I use the term loosely. Paddle this thing closer so I can get a few shots. This may be as close as I get to any action at all.
Hey, did you hear that, Tink? She wants some action.
Ma'am, I'd show you how we'd operate if that was the enemy. Duck!
Hey, what's going on here?
Ahoy the canoe! You need a hand?
Negative, just cooling off, Bob.
Hey! Hey, you in the PT boat! Save me from these idiots! I want to back to the main base immediately!
Okay, Chuck. Now, Miss Brent ought to be safely out of the way. So from here on in, everything's got to go like clockwork. Right. Skip.
Synchronize our watches.
What for? Look, all you have to do is to walk in through that door with that OWI gal, Carol Kimberly, in exactly 15 minutes from now.
Check. We let Carpenter think it's Miss Brent.
Right.
Hey, Skip. It's kind of sneaky, isn't it?
Just you make sure, no matter what, that you don't come over to us, or the whole plot blows up.
Right.
Got it? Okay.
0 hour is precisely 16:10. Over and out.
I wouldn't blame you if you didn't talk to me at all. After 16 months, the first beautiful blonde comes by, and what happens?
You louse up my inspection, that's what happens.
Lieutenant Cop Elroy, you don't think that I... Well, I thought you knew me better. Well, it was just a couple of rotten apples in my crew. Thanks. Come on, Elroy. Buddy. Come on.
Well...
You're a big man, Elroy. Yes, sir. You're a real pal for drinking with me.
Well, when you come right down to it, Quint.
Quint's the name?
Women are just like torpedoes. You've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
You wouldn't say that, old buddy, if you'd seen Miss Brent. She is, without a doubt, the... Oh! Hi, we'll see you kiddies back at the boat. How's that for a torpedo? Wasn't that gorgeous? Now do you see why it's going to be so hard for me to give her up?
Oh, sure, how... Give her up? What do you mean?
Well, surely you didn't think I'd let my crew keep her after the way they got her? No, sir. Oh, no. Not this boy.
I don't understand. Did you ask me to drop into the club for a drink, or didn't you?
Well, yeah, but I just remembered. I got a little something back in my quarters. I thought maybe we could have a little hooker sherry. Just you and I.
Vince, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you're right, I wouldn't.
Let's go back inside and at least be polite.
Polite? Oh, boy, you don't know Commander McHale. No, when he gets mad... Oh, no, you're coming with me, baby, and that's it. Oh, can't shot!
What's going on here, mister? What? Be bothering you, my dear?
Oh, no, Captain. As a matter of fact, we were just going inside to have a drink. Weren't we, Ensign?
We were? Yes, we were. On our way.
Hey, that's a bully idea. Why don't we all take a little time out for a martini break? My treat.
Say, have you seen the movie? Want to go down the PX and look at cameras? We could all...
Oh, shut up.
But I still don't understand why
you see? If I let my men get away with a thing like this, it would mean the end of all discipline on my boat. Elroy, I beg of you, you've got to take her.
I'd sure like to help you out, Quint, but what would Captain Binghamton say?
Oh, nothing. I just tell him I suddenly developed engine trouble and... Holy Toledo.
Captain Binghamton, sir!
Oh, greetings, Governor. McHale, put the beers away, boys. It's martini time. The drinks are on me.
Oh. It certainly is a pleasure to finally meet you, Miss Brent.
Nice of you to offer, Captain, but this round's on me. Bartender, take the orders.
Oh, I'm not Miss Brent. No, I'm Carol Kimberly.
Bartender, can't you snap it up? Can't you see these people are thirsty?
Double.
You mean you're not Patricia Brent?
Oh, of course she isn't.
Well, what do you know? Yeah, you're both right. Peepers must be giving out on me, yes.
What's going on here?
That's what I'd like to know, sir, because Commander McHale here has been trying to pass off Miss Kimberly as Patricia Brent.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Captain. Hold on.
Do you have any elderberry wine?
Yes, give me some elderberry wine.
I have a twist of lemon in it.
Hold your tongue, McHale. Miss Brent is one of our leading correspondents.
Yes, sir.
She visits us directly on orders from the Pentagon. Now, if anything has happened to her, so help me, Nimitz, I'll...
Oh, now, just relax, Captain. Two of my men have Miss Brent out taking photographs, and I guarantee you she's just fine. Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you don't believe him, just ask her. There she is.
That's Miss Brent?
I told you I had engine trouble.
Brent, what happened to you?
Oh, Miss Brent, are you all right?
Patricia, you been for a swim?
You know perfectly well where I've been. 2 of his men tried to drown me.
Well, you told him not to do that unless it was absolutely necessary.
Hal, you've pulled some dastardly deeds in your day.
Oh?
Yes, but this is the absolute Saturday end. I'll have the charge forms drawn and a court-martial put together before you can say Leavenworth.
You can forget the court-martial, Captain. I figured out a much better punishment for our dear commander.
Oh?
You're not getting rid of me this easily, McHale. Instead of 1 week, I'm going to be here for 2.
2?
You heard me, and on your boat. So be here at 0700 tomorrow morning and be prepared. Our battle has just begun. Shoot!
Gesundheit.
Miss Brent, I just got this back from the laundry. If you'll come with me, I'll get you into some dry things.
I could just scream.
Can't we clobber him just once?
Stow it. What's the matter with you guys? Knock it off.
Hey, here it comes. Here comes
Fellas, please, let's not laugh out loud. We don't want to hurt Miss Brent's feelings.
All right. She's coming. So you stand by and take your punishment like men. Hello, Pat. Miss Kimberly. What are you doing here? Where's the monster? I mean, Miss Brent.
I just came from the infirmary.
Oh, hiya, Captain. Reporting back from... Nice shooting there, sir. Yes, sir.
You're back just 30 seconds, and you're starting already, huh, McHale?
Huh? Oh, well, sir,
well, sir. Well, sir. Let me tell you something, Mr. Well, sir. Since you've been away, things have been happening around here.
Oh? Oh?
I took the 73 boat out on a little mission.
Oh, good. You what?
We tangled with the Nips off of Chemo Island. It was rough, I want to tell you, rough, but we clobbered them. It'll be some time before they forget Binghamton in the 73.
Kind
of shakes you up, doesn't it?
Well, sir,
Uh-huh. Thought I was one of those desk sailors, didn't you? Well, let me tell you.
You were saying, sir?
Get out of here.
Yes, sir.
What's this, some kind of hangout? Fellas, all right. Look, it's good to be back. But there better be some cold beer in that refrigerator. Come on, Chuck. Come over here. Sit down over here. Come on, gather around, fellas. What's this with Binghamton? According to him, he sunk the entire Imperial fleet.
Oh, yes, listen, believe me, even I got a few gray hairs from that one.
Yeah, they're in there somewhere.
All right, come on, Chuck. What happened?
Well, it all started over at the Officers Club. I was OD. I went in.
Sorry, gentlemen. Hate to drink and run, but somebody needs a flat top in a hurry. Let's go, Thompson. This could be trouble.
Oh, boy, poor guy. He just got off a pretty rough one, too.
They're all rough. Coral Sea, Midway, Solomons. I don't know what an easy action is like, do you? That is, those of us who have seen action feel they're all rough.
For me, the real rough one was Guadalcanal.
Wally, you were hurt at Pearl Harbor, weren't you?
Well, yes, that's true, I was.
It was before the war.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were moving his desk, and it fell on his foot, cut his shoe and everything.
Didn't cut everything. My fault. I'm chained to a desk while you fellows are assigned to active duty. I tell you, if I had the opportunity, I can be just as much of a hero as you bathtub admirals.
Oh, come on, Wally, don't be so sensitive.
I'll try and make up. You're also smug about your combat experiences. I'll have you know that I contribute just as much to winning this war at my desk job as you fellows do out your ships, and don't you forget it. What?
Pardon me, sir. The fleet commander requests you're contacting him at once, sir. It's urgent.
Oh. Well, I hate to drink and run, gentlemen, but the fleet commander wants to see me. Parker, this could be trouble.
Oh, it is, sir. He says he hasn't had any ice cream in 2 days, and if you don't fill out that record...
Oh, yes, sir. You're absolutely right, sir. It's just a shame that my boat is still being repaired, or you could really show them, sir.
Get out of my way. I'll show them, all right. Oh, I'll show them. Must be something that I can... That's it. I'll take out McHale's boat.
But, sir, Commander McHale is still away in New Caledonia.
I know where McHale is. That's why this is perfect. Oh, this'll give me a chance to show that smug crowd at the Officers Club that old 40-knot Binghamton isn't adverse to a little tangle with the enemy, huh?
Captain, I still don't like the idea of your assigning yourself to active duty with that 73 boat.
Nonsense. This is my opportunity to bring that gang of cutthroats back into the Navy.
But, sir, that crew is without a doubt one of the worst...
Are you raising your voice to me?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Never, sir, no. But, sir, that crew is really...
I know all about that crew, Carpenter. And no matter what I think of that crew personally, wherever you find McHale's men, you'll find action. And that's what I want, Carpenter. Action!
Two for me. Condition red, condition red. Binghamton said it this way. Come on.
Wonder what old Red Bottom wants.
Let's assemble at the boat. Get the money, get the money. Get out of here. You're going. Get out of here.
Mr. Parker, we can't keep this grueling pace up forever. We've been working since daybreak.
Why, Captain Binghamton, I didn't realize you were here.
You didn't, huh? What would you have done if you'd known I was here? Arrange an enemy attack to impress me?
Well, I hadn't thought of that, sir. Why didn't you think of that?
Now you can tell your men that their little charade is over. I want them to assemble on the dock at once.
Yes, sir. Men, your little charade is over.
Assemble on the dock now, men. Come on now. The captain wants us down here to line. Let's go. March, come on, men. Let's fall in here now. After all, the captain's a busy man, and he hasn't got a lot of time to wait around for people who are...
Men of Boat 73, I have some exciting news for you. Are you ready? I have decided to assign myself to active duty on this boat. Huh?
Beg pardon, sir. Does that mean the war is over?
Gruber, ordinarily I would slap you in the brig for a crack like that. But I want you to stick around and see how things can be accomplished when they're done the right way, the Navy way.
Well, pardon me, sir, but Commander McHale has always taught us to do things the Navy way.
Oh, I know that, but I'm talking about our Navy, not the Japanese. Now, when I'm through with you, you're going to be a fighting unit, not a motley bunch of legalized pirates. Mr. Parker, take her out.
Yes, sir. All right, you pirates. Men, all right, we're going to take her out. Heave to.
Start engines, Mr. Parker.
Yes, sir. Start engines, Mr. Parker. Mr. Tinker, the bell. Start your engine.
What kind of a way is that to store a depth charge?
Yes, sir, that's Commander McHale's own special system for rigging a charge.
Nonsense. With that board sticking out like that, that's a safety hazard. Why, a person could come along here and kick...
No!
I thought it had fine trajectory, sir. Really took off. Of course, your windage on a day like this, you'd have to... Take her out, Christy.
Aye, sir. Get ready to cast off, Willie.
Right.
I could just scream.
He could scream.
Torpedo 2 was right on target there, right on target. Well, that was excellent. Excellent. Ah, that would have been a direct hit, you know. Oh, this was a fine torpedo drill, fine. Secure the crew from battle stations. Oh, and give the men a well done.
Yes, sir. Secure from battle stations and well done.
Now you men see how things are done the real Navy way, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hey, there's a little sweetheart I used to train with at boot. Sailor, I suppose this gun has kept it ready.
Yes, sir. I clean and maintain it myself and everything. No one touches this little chatterbox with me, sir. No, sir.
That's against the regulations. Every man on board should know how to operate every weapon on board.
Well, they do, sir. It's just that Virgil here is a loose and swivel to his own touch. Few men in the Navy fire a gun like Virgil, sir.
That's a lot of nonsense. There isn't a gun in the Navy that I haven't kept up on.
Yes, sir, but this particular gun is...
Watch that twitch!
The devil is...
Sailor, you get your swivel tightened.
Sir, Commander McHale always...
Forget Commander McHale. I'm in charge here. Listener, take over. I'm going below. See if I can stir up a little action.
Action? What does he call what we've been through?
Captain, what'd you hear? Any luck?
There wasn't anything stirring down there. The nips must have taken a day off.
Oh, gee, that's too bad, sir.
I have a feeling we'll have better luck tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I thought we were pretty lucky today. I mean, to have you aboard, sir.
Keep your eyes on the road.
I've been in the Navy since the war began, and it's the first time I feel like taking out insurance.
He's trying to get us all wiped out.
Boy, you say that again.
I'm gonna file a complaint under Geneva Convention. I got a right.
Mr. Parker, isn't there any other way we can get him off our necks?
Well, I don't know. But when I promised Commander McHale I'd take care of you guys, too.
I thought it was the other way around.
Hey, I have an idea. It's not easy, but it just might work. Anyway, it's our only chance.
Well, what is it?
We sell Binghamton to the Japanese.
Oh, come on. You know, there is one thing we can do.
What are you throwing out my idea for without giving it a chance? Let's see what kind of a price we get for it.
Mr. Parker, my idea is that since the captain wants to go on a mission, let's take him on one. Are you crazy? Take the captain on a mission?
Hey, if Gruber can get 2 bowls of rice for the captain, I say we take it.
Knock it off, you chowderhead.
Hey. Oh, of course I didn't mean you, sir. Now, look, I found out what started this whole mess. Captain Binghamton was being razzed in the officers' club yesterday about his desk job. All he wants is a war story he can tell. So I say let's give him one.
Going on a mission with Binghamton would be suicide.
That's right. And I promised my mother I'd be home right after the war.
I don't mean take him on a real mission. My idea is to set up a fake.
A fake? I don't get it.
Well, what's the quietest island in the area?
I'd say Chemo.
Yeah, Chemo. Quiet like a library.
Well, when we land on that quiet little island, What do you think happens?
I don't know.
Well, Binghamton runs smack dab into a Japanese scout. He engages him in combat. He saves our whole crew, and we send him back to the Officers Club a hero. That's brilliant, Christy, brilliant!
Yeah, that's great. That's just great. Yeah, great. Now, where are we going to find a nice, friendly Japanese scout to cooperate?
Oh, no! I gotta go now. Have cake in the oven.
Oh, come on now, Fuji, old buddy. All you have to do is put on your old uniform and let Binghamton take a couple of shots at you, that's all.
Let Captain take shots at me. You flip your red. He almost murdered me today, and not even aim at me.
Nothing can happen to you. We'll be sure and put blanks in the captain's gun.
You gotta save our lives, Fuji.
How about it, Samurai?
Okay, I do it.
All first count for, sir.
Very good, Mr. Parker. Now, let's shove off. We're going to see action today. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, well, good for your bones, sir. All right, man. Let's get aboard. Come on, we're taking her out, man. Let's go. Let's head to the station.
You can't leave yet. Fuji's not on board.
What are you talking about? I thought he was below.
He went back to get his good luck charm.
Mr. Parker!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Parker, let's move, let's move, let's move. Those Japanese aren't going to wait all day.
Yes, sir. We can't keep those Japanese waiting.
You feel all right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Start your engines. All ahead a quarter.
Start your engines, all ahead a quarter.
Those Japanese, don't they know there's a war on?
Well, maybe they heard you're on the prowl, sir.
I'm going aft and check our torpedoes. Call me if you sight anything.
Aye, sir. Boy, now what are we going to do? Without Fuji, our plan is dead.
Yeah, and so are we, unless we come up with... Hey, listen, we've got Fuji's uniform aboard, and Tinker's the same size.
So what?
Hey, yeah!
We could get Tinker to dress up in the uniform and make believe that he's a Japanese scout. No, he'd never do it.
Mr. Parker, do you know what you are? You're an officer. You can order him to do it.
Yeah, I can handle this just like Commander McHale.
Seaman Bell, report to the bridge at once. Get up here, you swab, and move it!
I was just going to talk to one of the members of the crew, sir.
Signal for you, Captain Binghamton.
Well, let me have it. Parker. Parker, this is it. This is orders from Comfleet.
Oh, wonderful, sir. What does it say? He finally got to it.
Okay, stop blabbing. I'll tell you what it says. It says that we're to proceed to an island where the enemy may be starting a buildup. They want us to move in quietly and see how big a concentration it is. Oh, Parker, this is what I've been waiting for.
You're no more anxious than we are, sir.
Now I'll show you the blowhards at the club. Let's go, crew! To your stations! Man all weapons! Post the lookouts! All ahead full!
Gee, I love that kind of talk.
Yeah, that's gonna get you, doesn't it?
Well, now, you heard him. To your stations, men! All full ahead! Set course for Kimo Island.
Oh, Parker, I tell you, I waited for this for so long that... How did you know the enemy was on Kimo?
Well, you told me, sir.
Well, I don't remember saying anything.
Oh, yes, sir, you did. You said chemo. Yes, sir.
I heard. I wouldn't say anything. Loose lips sink ships, you know.
Well, how else would I know? I mean, I'm not a mind reader, sir.
I'm beginning to think you're not even an ensign. Now, that's chemo, huh? It's a little quiet to me.
Well, sir, that's because we've come in on the far side of the island from where the buildup was reported. You know, we wouldn't want to be observed coming in, sir.
Oh, that's true, Christopher, true. That shows you've picked up quite a bit from me during this shakedown cruise. Now, what are we waiting for? Let's go in.
Go in? Well, sir, before we go in, I think you ought to scan the sea in all directions. Kind of a precaution, sir.
You know, Parker, you're beginning to shape up, too. We can't be too careful. It'll be a trap.
Come on, Tinker. Come on.
Parker, what is the matter with you? Stop waving at me. Now let's go ashore.
Oh, look, sir. Isn't that a periscope?
Periscope? Where?
Yes, sir. Off our starboard sides.
I don't see a periscope. Where is it? Where?
We're coming right at it, sir. At about 10 o'clock. No, it'll be about 10:30. Well, it's between 10:30 and quarter to 11, sir.
I don't see anything out there at all. There's a seagull out there.
Oh, well, I thought it had kind of a long beak for a periscope, sir.
Parker, one more goof like that, I'm going to have you turn in your gun belt. Now, come on, we're hitting the beach.
Hitting the beach.
All right, you men. I want you to spread out, keep low.
Good idea, sir. I have an idea this place may be swarming with Japanese.
What happened to that 8-ball tinker? Probably sacked out somewhere. We just have to stall Binghamton.
Boy, what's Commander McHale doing in a spot like this?
Hey, fellas, look out, look out. There's nips in there.
The Japanese are coming. Japanese, real Japanese. Hundreds of them all over the place.
Oh, that's ridiculous. They're not supposed to be here.
All right.
Oh, Joe, you're my prisoner.
Good. Just get me to jail. Now. Parker, we gotta get out of here. The island's crawling with them.
What in blazes are you doing here?
Well, sir,
Look, it's a long story. I'll explain later. Come on, man, let's haul it.
You'll all hang from the yardarm for this. Just as soon as I can break radio silence, I'm going to signal for a court-martial board to meet us at the dock. This is the most insolent, the most outrageous, the most...
Insubordinate.
Insubordinate. Cut that out.
Well, actually, sir, I feel this whole incident was kind of my fault. I thought you were just looking for a story to tell the officers at the club, and, well, we all got to get...
Your lip, mister, and you keep it buttoned.
Enemy ship off to starboard, just coming into view around the point.
Battle stations! That must be the ship that brought the enemy ashore. Well, what are our orders, sir?
We attack. Make all tubes ready.
All torpedo tubes ready, sir.
Range.
Range, 1,200 yards.
Course.
Course is 045 degrees, sir.
Fire one.
But, sir, we have to come around at least 10 more degrees.
I'm afraid he's right, sir.
Are you telling me how to fire a torpedo tube? You telling me what to do? I said fire one, now you fire one, fire.
It's gonna miss by 100 yards.
It's heading for the beach.
The whole island's going up.
And we've just witnessed the first time in naval history that a torpedo sunk a truck.
Well, I tell you, gentlemen, it was rough. I realized that the only way that I could knock out the enemy installation with the meager weapons that I had at my command, you realize, was I had to ignore the intense barrage that the enemy was hurling at me. Oh, they were hurling this barrage at me from a dozen destroyers. They had the cruisers there, they had aircraft carriers. I had to ignore all that. I had to just give the order. I said, men, we are... What is it, mister? Do you want to see me? What is it? What?
Well, yes, sir. My men were wondering if we could have a weekend pass, sir. It seems that the...
A weekend pass? That's absolutely out of the question, Parker. What's the matter with you? Don't you know there's a war on?
Well, yes, sir. Sir, I couldn't help overhearing. Are there any details that I could help you fill in? I mean, while you're telling the men about your mission?
No, Parker, no,
Dances of questionable morality and copious amounts of illicit hooch. He beamed triumphantly, completely oblivious to the sudden, icy silence that had fallen over the room, and the daggers being shot at him from Boffington's eyes. Admiral Ironside's gaze, which had been dismissive, sharpened considerably, fixing on Kelsall with the intensity of a laser, a truly frightening, penetrating stare. Kelsall, hula. Girls are here, you say, in an air raid shelter. This sounds distinctly un-naval. Commander, Commodore Boffington, utterly horrified by Phibbs' catastrophic blunder, gasped dramatically. Truly, for once. He was now genuine in his distress, as his perfectly laid trap had been prematurely sprung by his own witless aid. He's delirious, sir. Utterly, tragically delirious. He's been suffering from terrible visions. Admiral, the heat, you see. The relentless, insidious, tropical heat affects his fragile mind. I'll get a doctor. He tried to rise, but Kelsall, quick as a flash, placed a firm, yet respectful, hand on his shoulder, keeping him pinned to the bed. Don't you try to weasel out of this, Ironside boomed, his voice resonating with anger, growing louder with each passing second. We saw him with our own eyes, didn't we? Lieutenant Phibbs, you were the one who told us this preposterous tale of hula girls and secret revelry. It seems you implicated your commander most thoroughly. Elroy Phibbs, seeing the Admiral's fury, suddenly reversed course, abandoning Kelsall to his fate with remarkable speed and complete lack of shame. Oh, you're right, sir. This entire situation, with the dancing, and the hula, and the tunnels, sir, it's absolutely disgraceful. A stain upon naval honor. Sir, a black mark upon our proud traditions, a travesty of moral rectitude. Boffington, seeing Kelsall caught squarely in the Admiral's crosshair, feigned another wave of weakness, hoping to escape his own responsibility for the impending disaster. And thoroughly impeccable explanation. Commander, Kelsall, caught between a rock and a very hard place, muttered quickly under his breath to Pipkin Whiffle, who was still fumbling with the garter belts. I would shoot, and we would keep off, and get those girls out of the Typhoon tunnels. Fast. And try not to leave any incriminating glitter or hibiscus flowers behind. Just then, Lieutenant Wilson, disheveled and disoriented, stumbled out of the closet, having apparently freed herself. "Hey, lady, you forgot your irons," she said, picking up her dropped garter belts from the floor, adding another layer of visual chaos to the already spiraling situation. Her face was flushed, her uniform rumpled, and she looked thoroughly indignant. "Yeah," Kelsall hissed, grabbing the offending garments with a desperate grab. "Mr. Whiffle, get the ladies' hem garments right to the convalescent cove. Yes, and ensure they remain unseen by prying, Admiral alias, and dispose of them in a secure, non-traceable fashion." Admiral Ironside, however, was in no mood for diversions or misplaced intimate apparel. He fixed Kelsall with an unwavering stare, his eyes boring into the younger man's very soul. "Well, Captain, I'm waiting for the explanation, and my patience is wearing as thin as a used dishcloth, perhaps even thinner, Commander." Kelsall swallowed hard, his mind racing for an alibi, anything, however flimsy, to deflect the Admiral's righteous wrath. "Yeah, he's a terrible person, Admiral. He's always sneaking women around and shoving them in places, especially during a crucial inspection that he knew full well was imminent. A man of low morals, sir." Buffington, enraged, pushed himself up in bed, genuinely incensed by the accusation. "Me, sir? But, sir, you know I have always maintained the highest standards of moral probity and impeccable conduct. Sir, this is a scurrilous accusation." "All right, stop it, both of you," Ironside roared, effectively silencing the burgeoning squabble, his voice echoing through the sterile room like a clap of thunder. "Is this a naval base or a madhouse? A disorderly ward for incorrigible infants? Perhaps. I don't know what's going on around here, but I'll get to the bottom of it after my inspection. Commander Kelsall, shall we proceed with the inspection? And let's try to maintain a modicum of order, if you please." Kelsall, caught off guard but seizing the opportunity to get out of the immediate danger zone, saluted sharply. "It's a hotbed of vice, Admiral, a veritable den of iniquity." Ironside, however, was growing tired of the Commodore's theatrical protests and self-serving interruptions. He fixed Buffington with a stern, unyielding glare, leaving no room for further argument. "Yes, sir. Let's go look in the Typhoon Tunnel, sir. We insist," Kelsall quickly urged, keen to get the Admiral away from the relative safety of the laundry, even if it meant risking direct confrontation with his illicit party remnants. The sooner this part of the inspection was over, the better. Buffington slumped back, defeated, glaring daggers at Kelsall, his eyes burning with silent fury. "Sir, not exactly a stain on your reputation, if you ask me." Ironside, overhearing a fragment of the exchange, looked at Buffington with renewed suspicion, his gaze lingering. "Perhaps the sheer absurdity of your behavior suggests profound mental distress, Commander." Buffington, ever the opportunist, seized on this lifeline, desperately trying to salvage some shred of his earlier narrative. "Oh, yes, sir. It's terrible, sir. Terrible. The pains, the visions, the crushing weight of command. Because I don't want to talk." But he broke off, feigning profound psychological torment. "But what, Buffington?" Ironside pressed, intrigued by the unexpected confession, his flinty eyes betraying a hint of morbid curiosity. "Well, meet me, sir," Buffington whispered, feigning a sudden burst of confidentiality, leaning forward conspiratorially. "Inside every well, every closet, sir. The poor man's mind has clearly snapped under the strain of command." Ironside paused, a strange, calculating glint entering his eye. Buffington, panicking, quickly tried to redirect. "Oh, yes, sir. A figment of my tortured imagination. Shall we head for the cleansing caverns? Sir, most sanitary, most devoid of any such apparitions." "Just out of curiosity, Buffington, I'd like to start with the Typhoon Tunnels, and it better be ship-shape Kelsall. I promise you, there will be no excuses for untidiness or any other unseemly discoveries." Kelsall's heart plummeted to his boots, but he managed a tight, almost convulsive smile. "Ship-shape, sir. Utterly impeccable. Sir, you'll be most impressed by our emergency preparedness facilities, sir." He shot a desperate glance at Pipkin Whiffle, who was already running ahead like a frantic rabbit, tasked with the impossible mission of warning the hidden hula dancers. Admiral Kelsall began, desperately attempting to explain away Buffington's erratic behavior, to paint his superior as a man whose mind had genuinely fractured. "You know yourself, sir. that the captain hasn't been himself lately. He's a bit highly a bundle of frayed nerves, sir. Barely held together by sheer willpower and a strong attachment to protocol. Ironside simply waved a hand, dismissing the feeble explanation. Sorry, Kelsall, but the least I can do is give him the benefit of the doubt. Boffington has a long and distinguished record. Yes, sir. Be careful, sir, Kelsall stammered, practically vibrating with a mixture of fear and adrenaline. After you, sir. Right after you, sir. Watch your head, sir. The doorway is rather unforgiving. He frantically tried to slow the admiral down, praying for a miracle or, failing that, an earthquake to conveniently bury the typhoon tunnels under a mountain of sand. Meanwhile, back at the convalescent cove, the moment Admiral Ironside departed, Commodore Boffington, with a shocking burst of vitality, sprung from his bed, a man entirely cured, his earlier illness utterly forgotten. He glared after the retreating figures, a dark fury in his eyes. They're getting away. Stop those bushes. I can get to the Admiral about this. I must expose Kelsall's He dashed out of the room, only to be confronted by Dr. Zephyr Blim, the base medic, who had returned with an enormous syringe, its needle gleaming menacingly. Well, afternoon, Captain, Dr. Blim said, his eyes twinkling with a knowing amusement, as if he thoroughly enjoyed this particular game of cat and mouse. Going somewhere, are we, Commodore? A sudden urge for an impromptu cross-atoll sprint, perhaps. Yes, sir, Boffington snapped, still trying to get past the doctor, who was a surprisingly formidable obstacle. As a matter of fact, I am. An urgent matter has just come up. Doctor, of paramount national security. I assure you, more pressing than my temporary Dr. Blim shook his head slowly, a look of disappointment on his face. Well, I'm very, very sorry, Captain. But as your physician, I'm ordering you back to bed. Now, before you exacerbate your highly theatrical yet curiously debilitating condition, your vital signs are currently fluctuating wildly, Commodore, indicating severe stress. He held up the syringe, its contents promising sweet, chemically induced oblivion. I made this whole thing up. The illness, the delirium, the feigned fragility. It was all a brilliant ruse to unseat that rogue Kelsall, to finally rid myself of his insolent presence. Dr. Blim clucked his tongue disapprovingly. Yes, on the contrary, Commodore, your recent tests, the ones I diligently performed while you were suffering in such a theatrical fashion, show that you're suffering from high blood pressure. Oh, hypertension. You quack! Boffington shrieked, suddenly realizing he was trapped by his own deception, hoisted by his own petard. Nurse, get me my uniform. Immediately. I must confront this farce. I must expose Kelsall before it's too late. He then turned back to Boffington, a look of benign, yet firm, resolve on his face. I'm sorry, Commodore. Now, I'm only doing this for your own good. Rest is essential for men of your dramatic temperament. You require a period of profound tranquility. Now, you just wait a minute, Boffington sputtered, but two burly orderlies suddenly appeared, their faces impassive, and grabbed his arms, their grip firm. Hasn't he? I know what I'm being framed. This is a vast conspiracy against my person. He struggled, his protests growing weaker, but no less indignant. Now, take it easy, Captain, Dr. Blim said soothingly, producing a small vial filled with a clear, sparkling liquid. All I want to do is to get you into bed. Or, do I have to administer a quick, painless, yet highly effective route to profound slumber? He gestured with the vial, its contents promising sweet, chemically induced oblivion. Boffington, seeing the inevitable, managed a defiant sneer, a last gasp of rebellious spirit. Very cute, Doctor, but $100 says I can walk out of here any time I want to. I'm still a Commodore, and I will assert my authority. The orderlies, with practiced ease, began to guide a still struggling Boffington back towards his bed, the protests fading into grumbles and threats as the doctor efficiently prepared his syringe. Meanwhile, Commander having narrowly avoided catastrophic exposure in the typhoon tunnels, was now doing his best to lead Admiral Treadwell on a thoroughly sanitized, though utterly dull, tour of the base. They had just completed a perfunctory inspection of the cleansing caverns, which Kelsall had personally scrubbed raw, his hands blistered. Well, the laundry's in pretty fair shape, Kelsall Ironside conceded, still unimpressed. his eyes constantly scanning for any sign of malfeasance. But you better check those boilers. I smell a slight odor of singed linens, and not the refreshing aroma of proper sanitation. A hint of, shall we say, a hasty clean-up, Kelsey. Yes, sir! Check the boiler, sir! With the utmost diligence, sir, and perhaps even a white glove inspection. Admiral, Kelsey replied, practically vibrating with relief at having skirted yet another disaster. He quickly made a mental note to check the boilers himself, just in case. Ironside, however, was still dwelling on Boffington's supposed mental state, his mind unable to shake the image of the garter belts. Yes, sir. War does terrible things to a man's mind. Yes, sir. It twists the perceptions, corrupts the senses, and conjures visions of tropical dances in unlikely places. Sir, quite the insidious assailant of sanity. Sir. Right then, Kelso Ironside barked, turning to continue the inspection, consulting his meticulously organized clipboard. Next, the vehicle, vaults. The motor pool. Lead the way. Commander, I'll write down a note about the motor pool, sir. Make sure it's in exemplary order. Kelso's heart sank, but he forced a cheerful reply. Follow me, sir. The vehicle vaults are a monument to automotive efficiency, so if I can crawl to the Admiral on my hands and knees, he thought groggily, I will expose Kelso's. I will drag myself across this entire atoll, if it means witnessing his downfall. Just then, his door swung open, and the hula dancers from the Typhoon Tunnel, having been released by Pipkin Whiffle, and now desperately searching for an inconspicuous escape route, burst in, looking for a way out, their colorful attire a startling contrast to the sterile white room. Hey, pocket boy, it's cold in here, one of them complained, shivering dramatically, her voice a plaintive cry. Elroy Phibbs, who was now guarding the door, nervously fumbled for something, anything, to provide comfort. Yeah, well, wrap these around you, he offered, producing Boffington's thick-walled dressing gown and a pair of old regulation. Oh, sorry. Well, we don't wear grass, you know, another dancer replied, clearly bewildered by the peculiar offerings. Never mind. We go home now. Don't want big trouble with the Admiral. We've already seen enough of naval authority for one day. Pretty mind. Yeah. Well, so long, Phibbs mumbled, completely out of his depth, watching the dancers depart, their vivid colors a fleeting blur. Hey, wait a minute. Boffington, with a Herculean, drug-addled effort, roused himself from his stupor. His eyes, though still glazed, had focused on the scantily clad figures disappearing from his doorway. You can't go out there until I scout around. You might encounter trouble. Now, get back over there. Oh, and I'm telling you, I'll stay there. He attempted to leap from the bed, a desperate, drunken lunge, but his legs, heavy with sedatives, betrayed him, sending him sprawling to the floor in an undignified heap. As he thrashed about on the floor, vaguely aware of his predicament, the hula girls scattered in a panic, their fleeting presence unseen by anyone but Boffington. Boffington, in his semi-conscious, drug-induced state, mistook a nearby bush outside his window for a fleeing dancer. Come on out of those bushes. I know you're in there. You saucy minx, he roared, wrestling violently with the unyielding foliage. Just then, Admiral Ironside, having inexplicably doubled back with Kelsul in tow, rounded the corner. He stared in disbelief at the sight of Commodore Boffington, clad in a ridiculous seaman's uniform, wrestling violently with a palm tree, ranting incoherently. Hey, sailor, Ironside barked, his voice filled with thunder, cutting through the humid air. What are you doing sneaking up on an officer like that? Identify yourself, seaman. Boffington, startled by the booming voice, snapped to a groggy attention, saluting the offending palm tree with utmost solemnity. Oh, sorry, sir. My apologies, sir. I was merely apprehending a particularly aggressive shrubbery, sir. A shrubbery with decidedly subversive tendencies. Ironside's eyes narrowed further as he recognized the figure on the ground, struggling valiantly with a coconut. Ooh, it's you numbskull. It's Boffington. Are you? What's your name? I keep forgetting it. Such a simple name for such a complex fool. Boffington declared, still struggling to untangle himself from the plant, which had a surprisingly strong grip. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, Elroy Phibbs blurted out, stepping forward. As always, at precisely the wrong moment. Boy, old Ironside sure was rough on you. Busted you all the way down to a seaman. What a dreadful fall from grace, sir. Well, if anybody gets busted around here, Fibs, it's going to be you. Boffington shrieked, finally disentangling himself and glaring at Elroy, his eyes burning with fury. Right in the snoot. You get busted. Your career is as good as over. You blithering idiot. Then, remembering his mission, he pointed a trembling finger at Kelsiel, who was attempting to look completely Where are the girls? Kelsiel, where are they? Where are you, conniving sea serpent? I demand to know their location. Kelsiel simply looked blank, feigning an expression of profound confusion. I don't know, Commodore. What girls are you referring to, sir? I assure you, the only females on this atoll are our dedicated nurses and perhaps a few stray seabirds. Boffington, enraged by Kelsiel's feigned ignorance, launched himself forward, grabbing the younger officer's uniform with unexpected strength. I've been hanging on the laundry shack. You, Admiral. He pointed a frantic, accusing finger at Kelsiel, whose face remained a picture of stoic confusion, a truly remarkable feat of... What in blazes, Ironside thundered, stepping forward, his voice a low, dangerous rumble. What on earth is the meaning of this unseemly display? You are a Commodore, man, not a common brawler. Admiral, Kelsiel interjected, stepping in front of Boffington, a look of profound, yet entirely feigned, concern on his face. Easy does it now, sir. Remember, he's been under a terrific strain. His delusions are particularly vivid today, I'm afraid. Commander North, he believes himself to be pursuing elusive hula girls, sir, mere figments of his overtaxed imagination. Are you a fool, Admiral Treadwell? Boffington shrieked, desperately trying to get past Kelsiel, his words a desperate, drug-addled jumble. It's me. I've got those hula girls in the laundry shack. The cleansing caverns, Admiral. I've really got you this time, Your reign of debauchery is over. The evidence is in the linen closet, sir. Ironside stared at Boffington's ridiculous seaman's uniform, then at Kelsiel's strained, yet composed, face. Boffington, what are you doing running around screaming in that seaman's uniform? And what is this nonsensical prattle about hula girls in the laundry? Have you no sense of your own dignity? Well, I had to find those girls before you finished your inspection, Admiral. Boffington stammered, his drug-addled mind trying to string together a coherent, yet utterly unbelievable, explanation. I found them. The irrefutable evidence of Kelsiel's transgression. They were hiding amongst the sheets and towels. Oh, girls again. Ironside sighed, shaking his head slowly, his patience visibly wearing thin. He's worse than ever. Sir, Commander, I'd better get him right back to the convalescent cove. The sedatives clearly aren't holding, and his delusions are escalating at an alarming rate. He's a danger to himself, and frankly, to my continued sanity. Boffington, enraged by Kelsiel's attempts to have him recaptured, struggled furiously, flailing his arms like a madman. Get your hands off me, you sneaky traitor. He's a sneaky traitor. Admiral, please, Admiral, you've got to take a look at these girls in the laundry shack right now. Sir, I demand an immediate investigation. My career, my honor, my very sanity depends upon it. Ironside, however, remained unmoved, his granite face betraying nothing. Now, calm down, Captain. Everything's going to be all right. Of course, we'll look in the laundry shack, and then we'll go back to the convalescent cove and take a nice nap. A long, well-deserved nap, Boffington, that will restore your sense of reality. He gestured to his aides, who discreetly moved to apprehend the flailing Commodore. Boffington suddenly slumped, defeated, the fight draining from him. You're going to get us, he muttered weakly, his voice a mere whimper. Oh, me. See? We're coming. We're trapped. Kelsiel will have his revenge. Kelsiel quickly intervened, trying to divert the Admiral's attention one last time. Admiral, we've already checked the laundry, sir, remember? You mentioned the boiler, sir. We observed their meticulous condition, sir. Boffington, hearing this, immediately revived, his eyes gleaming with a desperate spark. Don't you try and worm out of it. Kelsiel, this time you'll worm. Yuki finished. Capucci finished like a cold fish on a hot griddle. Finito, Kelsiel scoffed, barely concealing a smirk, the situation growing increasingly. Never mind. Kelsiel, Ironside cut in, a new, steely resolve in his voice. I think we should hear the captain out. Even delusional rants can sometimes have a grain of truth, however tiny and buried. Lead the way, Boffington, to your supposed evidence. Boffington, energized by the admiral's sudden interest, puffed out his chest, a desperate hope in his eyes. I hear that Kelsul, the admiral's on to you. Oh, you're going to suffer. Brace yourself for the evidence, Admiral. Stand by, sir. There you go. Take the fire drill. He fumbled with the laundry shack door, his hands shaking with a mixture of terror and triumphant glee. Kelsul, realizing the disaster unfolding, knew he had one desperate chance. He had stationed Gus Grumbles inside the cleansing caverns with precise instructions for an emergency maneuver, a last-ditch effort to prevent utter humiliation. Fire drill! Fire drill! Gus Grumbles bellowed from inside the laundry shack, his voice muffled but entirely audible, triggering an immediate and completely unexpected response. The laundry shack door burst open, not to reveal a gaggle of hula girls, but a group of off-duty firemen, also from Torpedo Tube 73, clad in full firefighting gear and brandishing hoses, who stormed out, pretending to fight a raging inferno. They were surprisingly convincing. Hey, Admiral, one of them shouted, spraying water indiscriminately from his hose, dousing Boffington, Ironside, and Kelsul alike. Here's your girls, Admiral. They're hot, literally hot, sir. The flames of patriotism, sir. Boffington, completely bewildered, stood amidst the sudden spray, spluttering and coughing, his uniform plastered to his body. All right, girlie, I've got you. Now you're going to show your face. He grabbed one of the firemen, only to be soaked with another blast of water from a strategically aimed nozzle. That's a full report of fire drill. 100% successful, sir, Gus Grumbles announced proudly, emerging from the chaos, his face streaked with soot, a perfect picture of a hero. Ironside, completely drenched and furious, turned to Boffington. I'm sorry, Admiral. Sorry. It's all right. Captain Finito, you should know better than to obstruct a man pursuing his duty. A fire drill is a serious matter, sir, not a plaything for your delusional fantasies. Now, Admiral, please, baby. Boffington whined, still trying to grasp the surreal situation, dripping wet and utterly humiliated. All the girls are getting away. The girls are in the suits, sir. I swear, I saw them. Sure there are, Captain. Sure there are. Ironside scoffed, his patience utterly exhausted, his voice dripping with withering sarcasm. Back to the convalescent cove. Sir, I'll do it myself. Your delusions are becoming a public spectacle. Commodore! He grabbed Boffington, who was now utterly defeated, a pitiful, soaked figure, and began dragging him back towards the hospital, his movements efficient and utterly devoid of sympathy. Easy does a thing of them, Boffington. A nice long rest, and you'll be as good as new. And if you're real good, Wally, maybe you'll get your stripes back. Ironside declared, delivering the ultimate insult. Boffington, resigned to his fate, whimpered, a broken man. Yeah, well please, you got it. Maybe it's a cop. I believe you, Wally. I believe you now. Come along. You're going to be all right. Goodbye, Captain. Bye. And we'll see you on visiting day, sir. If we remember to. He was unceremoniously bundled back into his bed, leaving Kelsul and Ironside to resume their tour, the firemen now valiantly spraying non-existent flames around the cleansing caverns. A week later, life at Koroki Atoll had returned to its usual chaotic hum, albeit with Commander Kelsul still reluctantly at the helm of base administration. Commodore Boffington, still in the convalescent cove, was officially diagnosed with extreme combat fatigue, compounded by acute stress-induced neuroses. A diagnosis that perfectly suited Kelsul's narrative and kept Boffington safely out of commission. Kelsul was back in his Torpedo Tube 73 lair, trying to make sense of a stack of requisitions that seemed to multiply by the hour. I don't care where Ensign Whiffle said to put those seats. They can't bunk in the nurses' quarters. For heaven's sake, that's just asking for another Boffingtonian incident. A fresh round of scandal and accusations, and I'm in no mood for it. Suddenly, crewman Chuckle Higgins burst in, beaming, a crumpled piece of paper in his hand. Hey, Skip, mail call. One card from Boffington, sir. Kelsul, intrigued despite himself, took the card. It was a brightly colored postcard, depicting a frolicking hula dancer on a pristine beach, an almost painfully ironic choice given Buffington's recent escapades. He read it aloud, his voice dripping with sarcastic amusement. My dear acting base commander, having a wonderful time frisking on the sun-drenched sands of mirthful Mesa. Can't thank you enough for following me up like this. Your efficient leadership has been truly liberating. Ever so fondly. Wally Buffington. P.S. Please excuse the ink blots. My martini spilled. A very refreshing and potent concoction, if I do say so myself. Kelsall crumpled the card, a bitter laugh escaping him. The infernal man, enjoying himself in some fictitious paradise while I'm stuck here trying to run his base, mired in paperwork and unwashed laundry. Just then, the phone rang, shattering the momentary peace with its insistent, shrill clamor. Kelsall snatched it up, his nerves frayed. Hello, base commander! What? All right! I'll have somebody come over right away. A job for your executive officer? Yes. Yeah, that's right. He called, then thrust the phone at the bewildered Ensign Whiffle, whose face, just now relaxing, tensed instantly. Here, I want you to get right over to the ratings rendezvous hall and fix those sinks. The water's clear out to the dance floor. Whiffle, literally, a naval-themed swimming pool for petty officers. The situation is dire. Now go. Pipkin Whiffle, with a resigned sigh that spoke volumes of his new, thankless administrative burden, grabbed his hat and saluted limply. Red shoulder, arms, hard march, he mumbled to himself, trudging off towards the perpetually malfunctioning plumbing of the enlisted men's recreation hall. His dreams of administrative efficiency dissolving like sugar in Buffington's martini. No sooner had Whiffle disappeared, his shoulders drooping, than Commodore Buffington himself stormed into Kelsall's office. Looking less like a thundercloud and more like a full-blown hurricane in a tightly buttoned, pristine uniform. He was no longer sickly, nor feigning delirium, but rather a raging, infuriated general, bristling with regained authority. Watch where you're going, you bumbling incompetent, barging in here like that, for heaven's sake. Kelsall roared, instinctively on the defensive, thinking Buffington was still experiencing one of his previous episodes. I could have cut you too, cut you clean in half with my executive saber, Commodore, my reflex action for sudden, unwarranted intrusion. Buffington, his face purple with a mixture of anger and perhaps lingering exertion, jabbed a finger at Kelsall's chest. That's right, sir, you could have. All I needed was a numbskull for booking. What's the matter with you, Kel? You stand up straight like a man. For heaven's sake, display some backbone. What do you want, anyway? What do you? He was practically sputtering, his voice thick with indignation. Kelsall, realizing Buffington was no longer under the influence of sedatives or delusions, stammered, his usual cool facade cracking under the barrage. Oh, pardon me, sir, but you sent for me, sir. I received your summons, Commodore. I know that, Kelsall. Why else would you be in here? To offer me a floral tribute to my good health. Don't insult my intelligence. Now, I've just received a call from the admiral. We are to expect a visit from a very important person here. A very, very, very important person, indeed. Kelsall, he is no less than the Sultan Alastair Almarini of Mariani, a revered sovereign. Kelsall blinked. A sultan? On Coral Key Atoll. This was a new level of absurdity, even for this base, where everyday life often bordered on the farcical. With daughters, you say? Buffington leaned in conspiratorially, his earlier rage temporarily superseded by the pomp and circumstance of diplomacy. The Nips are threatening to attack his island Kelsall, so one of our planes is bringing him out, along with his 3 daughters, 3 beautiful, highly esteemed princesses. Kelsall imagined the diplomatic implications, the international goodwill, the potential for a powerful new ally against our enemies. Kelsall's eyes widened, a slow, cunning smile spreading across his face, recognizing an opportunity disguised as an obligation. Oh, a sultan and 3 princesses, sir. Oh, what a feather in our cap here at Coral Key Atoll, sir. A veritable plume of prestige, a triumph of international relations. Buffington, seeing Kelsall trying to appropriate the glory, quickly corrected him, a possessive glint in his eye. Our cap, Kelsall. This feather, Kelsall, belongs squarely in my cap. Yours is yours. Now, The Admiral wants to be sure that we go all out to make an impression. A truly unforgettable impression. Kelso, a veritable showcase of American naval efficiency and diplomatic finesse. Now, I repeat, 100%. Kelso, flawless, impeccable, utterly without blemish. At that moment, Willie the Whale Wiggins, who had somehow acquired a pair of outlandish feathered swim trunks and a lei of hibiscus flowers, sauntered past the open office door, whistling cheerfully, looking for all the world like a misplaced Hawaiian cruise ship entertainer. "Hey, if you had a good swim, girls, we'll see you Sunday," he called out to some unseen beachcombers, his booming voice shattering the diplomatic tension. "Hello, ball and nerve." Buffington saw him, his face contorting in a fresh wave of apoplectic fury, erasing the previous air of diplomatic bonhomie. "Hello, Willie, and farewell. How can I make an impression on the Sultan with Kelso and his riffraff running around loose like undisciplined sea otters, clad in absurd garments? I want you to order the Torpedo Tube 73 out on a recon mission too. Parrot Perch immediately, a long-distance reconnaissance, preferably involving particularly tedious and obscure waters." Kelso frowned, feigning a moment of deep thought. "But, sir, there are no nips on Parrot Perch. That's just a deserted strip. He stopped, recognizing Buffington's usual pattern. Buffington interrupted, a smug smile of superior intellect spreading across his face, confident that Kelso was finally seeing his genius. "Ooh, I get it, sir. You are clever, sir. Extremely cunning. A veritable Machiavelli of military maneuvers. So, using diversionary tactics to create a suitable environment for diplomatic endeavors." "Yes. What did you expect, Kel?" Buffington puffed out his chest, completely missing Kelso's sarcasm. "I didn't get my commission for playing tiddlywinks. You know, I rose through the ranks due to sheer, unadulterated brilliance, and perhaps a touch of strategic maneuvering, which you clearly appreciate." Kelso, however, couldn't resist. A dangerous twinkle entered his eye. "How did you get it, sir?" he asked, his voice laced with feigned admiration, eager to provoke. Buffington's self-satisfied grin instantly evaporated. He stammered, caught off guard, his composure crumbling under the direct, impertinent question. "Well, my wife has this cousin in the Pentagon." He paused, realizing his error, and flushed scarlet, his face turning an even deeper shade of puce. The very source of his undeserved commission, laid bare. "Get out of here, Kel, before I'm forced to commit an act of utterly undiplomatic violence upon your impertinent person." Kelso, struggling heroically to suppress a triumphant laugh, hastily turned to leave. He saluted. Then, as Buffington turned his back, Kelso allowed himself a brief, cathartic mime of throwing a monumental tantrum. Sir, sorry, sir, forgive me. I'm terribly sorry, sir. My apologies for my accidental insubordination, and my unfortunate habit of stumbling upon uncomfortable truths." Buffington rounded on him, brandishing a heavy bronze paperweight, its polished surface gleaming. "If I need you to help me welcome a sultan, Kelso, sir, help me. I'll run you through. I'll impale you on a stick of protocol. So help me." "I will. Do you understand? I'll make an example of you for the entire Royal Navy to witness." "You are very kind to me, sir," Kelso mumbled, sidling out of the office, his shoulders shaking with barely suppressed mirth, leaving Buffington to fume alone amidst the echoes of his. "But everything is in order for His Highness's arrival, sir. The honor guard is ready, every feather in place, every boot polished, every musical instrument in tune, sir." A short while later, back in his newly reclaimed, if somewhat drafty, office, Commodore Buffington was once again preening, attempting to erase the memory of his diplomatic blunder. "Commodore Buffington here," he purred into the phone, the receiver cradled close, a forced smile on his face. "Everything is ready for the Sultan's arrival, Admiral. The red carpet has been swept, the brass has been shined to a blinding gleam, and the hula girls are securely away, utterly gone, sir." He paused, listening, his ear pressed tightly against the bake. His eyes widened in disbelief. He was playing that ancient trouble with his force down where, near the island of Serpents. "Yeah, oh, well, I don't have any boats in that area, Admiral. Not a single vessel suitable for extraction. My entire fleet is currently otherwise engaged." Lieutenant Elroy Phibbs, who had been hovering nearby, perpetually ready to interject with unhelpful information, piped up. Oh, sir. The torpedo tube 73 boat is right near there. Sir, remember, you sent them to Parrot Perch. They're practically within shouting distance. Sir, an incredibly fortuitous positioning. Sir. Boffington slammed the phone down in exasperation, his face contorting in a silent scream of fury. Oh, you heard him. Yes. Yes. He's a very fine boy. He's very alert, Admiral. Far too alert for his own good. You want Kelcel and the torpedo tube 73 crew to go down and pick them up? A delicate diplomatic mission, you said, entrusting my invaluable Sultan to that pack of hooligans. He picked up the phone again, his eyes darting frantically, a new, desperate idea forming. Admiral, I just had a thought, sir. I have a very fine boat, almost in the same vicinity, Admiral, and it's just been painted. A fresh coat of pristine battleship gray. Sir, perfect for conveying the grandeur of the United States Navy. A vessel worthy of royalty. He listened, his face falling as the Admiral's reply came. I know that Kelcel and the torpedo tube 73 crew. What's the matter with them, Admiral? Why does sudden aversion to Kelcel's unique brand of naval assistance? Sir, please. Kelcel, who had entered unseen, but whose ears were remarkably attuned to Boffington's conversation, interrupted, practically begging, stepping forward. One more chance. Sir, one more chance. Yeah, instead of a dull recon, we get a chance to rescue a sultan and his royal daughters. It's an adventure. Sir, a story for the ages, a chance for redemption. Boffington glared at Kelcel, but the Admiral was still on the line, demanding a swift rescue of the esteemed sultan. Kelcel's plea, audacious as it was, had hit at just the right moment, a fleeting window of opportunity. There's that dame, Gus grumbles, ever oblivious to the gravity of a diplomatic rescue, muttered to Willie the Whale Wiggins, who was trying to look respectable for once. She, knock it off, Kelcel hissed, grabbing Gus's collar and glaring at him. All right, spread out. Boys, spread out. Hold it. Make us look presentable. We're meeting royalty, not raiding a pig roast. Moments later, torpedo tube 73, sleek and powerful, her engines humming, was cutting through the sapphire waters of the Pacific towards Serpent's Shot. Suddenly Kelcel spotted a small, overturned vessel and several figures clinging desperately to the debris, tossed about by the swells. I got one of the shipwrecked sailors called out, relief evident in his voice, his arm waving frantically. I'm sure, glad it's you instead of the Nips. We thought we were done for. A regal figure, impeccably dressed despite his ordeal, with a serene countenance and an aura of quiet authority, was helped aboard. He was Sultan Alistair Alm. Your Highness, Kelcel said, attempting a formal address, his voice respectful. It's all right. Our rescue party's arrived. We're here to help. So, you are now safe, under the protection of the United States Navy. Willie the Whale Wiggins nudged Gus, his eyes wide as saucers at the sight of true royalty. Hey, boy, a real-life sultan. What are we supposed to do? Bo, which way is Mecca? Gus, is there a special protocol for Islamic royalty? Gus? Kelcel shot them a withering glance, a silent but potent warning. Greetings, Your Highness, greetings, sir. My name is Lieutenant Commander Quentin Kelcel, sir, and my crew and I are here to serve you. He made a surprisingly deep, respectful bow, a rare moment of genuine deference from the rogue commander. The Sultan, Alistair Al-Marine, a man of profound dignity and an air of quiet, yet piercing, authority, regarded Kelcel with shrewd eyes, his gaze appraising. Thank you, Commander. I am Kareem. These men here with you, Commander, are they to be trusted to transport a priceless cargo? My most valuable possessions, both animate and inanimate. He gestured towards his three daughters, who were being helped aboard by Kelcel's crew, their silken robes somewhat bedraggled by the seawater, but their bearing still majestic, their expressions a mix of fear and regal disdain. Oh, absolutely, sir, Kelcel assured him, puffing out his chest. Oh, you are now under the protection of the United States Navy. Sir, we are entirely trustworthy and utterly dedicated to your safety. Yes, sir. The Sultan nodded slowly. Forgive my doubts, Commander, but I travel with my most valuable possessions, and their safety is paramount. As the first princess, a vision of exotic beauty, her eyes flashing with a mixture of allure and hurt, was assisted onto the deck. Pipkin Whiffle, utterly starstruck by her exquisite beauty, breathed out, his voice barely a whisper, "Wowie. Wow." The Sultan's eyes narrowed, a flash of irritation in their depths. Kelsul quickly elbowed Pipkin in the ribs, a sharp admonishing jab. "I heard that, young man," the Sultan snapped, his voice, though soft, carrying an undeniable edge of imperial a subtle warning that carried far more weight than a roar. "I forgive you for your ignorance of the customs of my country. Were you in Morani like a chicken? Do you find my daughters amusing? Ensign, is this the behavior of American allies? To gaze upon my daughters as if they were mere theatrical curiosities?" Kelsul immediately stepped forward, bowing profusely, desperately attempting to smooth over Pipkin's blunder. "Oh, well, now, wait a minute, Your Highness. He didn't mean any harm. You see, in our country, wowie, an expression of profound, almost religious, admiration for feminine beauty, like a poetic exclamation, if you will, an outburst of spontaneous, innocent wonder." The Sultan, however, remained unmollified, his brow still furrowed with displeasure. "Like a chicken, Commander? No, I think not. Your explanation, while imaginative, Commander, fails to satisfy my imperial sensibilities. The next man who dares to debase the dignity of the princesses will answer to me, and me alone, with extreme prejudice." His voice, now colder, brooked no argument. One of the princesses, a woman of striking elegance and fierce, intelligent eyes, who Kelsul would soon know as Princess Syria, stepped forward. "And me," she added, her voice equally sharp and unyielding, a proud, defiant declaration. Kelsul gulped, ushering his awestruck crew to attend to the Sultan's baggage, trying to keep their gazes strictly on the mundane. "All right, you guys, go get them luggage. This way, Your Highness, ladies. Your Highnesses, your boys, I think we will fill." Just bowing, "Sir." He hissed the last instruction, hoping they understood the dire implications. The Sultan, a slight, almost imperceptible smirk playing on his lips, watched the frantic, clumsy crew, a hint of amusement finally breaking through his regal displeasure. "Well, you run a tight ship, Commander. A rather unconventional tightness, I must say. This is rather an interesting craft. Commander, if my country had a navy, I would certainly include a fleet of these. They are quite nimble. The important thing is to maintain control of the boat at all times, Your Highness," Kelsul explained, keen to impress and desperate to redirect the conversation from Pipkin's earlier blunder. "See what the wind can do when one is not vigilant." Suddenly, one of the younger princesses, intrigued by the gleaming controls, her curiosity outweighing her regal upbringing, reached out and grabbed the wheel, giving it an experimental tug. Kelsul yelped, "Daisy! Pipkin Whiffle, how dare you! Unhand that helm immediately, Princess!" "Oh, no, no, no hands!" Pipkin exclaimed, seeing Kelsul's panicked reaction, rushing forward with frantic gestures. "I wouldn't touch it, Your Highness." "No, sir, it wasn't really his fault, Your Highness. You see, the seas are a bit rough, and the steering is very sensitive, easily thrown off course." The Sultan, however, mistook Kelsul's outburst, thinking it was directed at the princess, not at the sudden lurch of the boat. "Oh, that's just my father. Commander, my daughter. Where is the Prince of Syria? Is she trying to take the helm? Commander, she has a rather adventurous spirit, I'm afraid." "Syria, come here, daughter," the Sultan called out, a hint of sternness in his voice. "Yes, father," Princess Syria replied, releasing the wheel and stepping back demurely, a slight smile playing on her lips, clearly enjoying the chaos she had inadvertently caused. Kelsul, seeing an opportunity to placate the Sultan, and, more importantly, to keep his crew away from the princess's alluring presence, quickly chimed in. "If Your Highness is so interested in PT boats, perhaps you'd like to handle this one, sir. You know, drive it. Take the helm yourself. A truly unique experience. Sir, an honor reserved for the most distinguished visitors." The Sultan's eyes lit up with genuine, boyish interest, his regal bearing momentarily softening. "Yes, sir. Here the wheel, sir. Just steer. Yes, sir. Right here. And wait. It's quite relaxing, and it's lots of fun. A truly exhilarating pastime, Commander, one I should like to master. May I? The Sultan asked, genuinely captivated by the prospect of controlling the powerful vessel. Yes, Kelsil enthused, carefully guiding the Sultan's hands to the helm, instructing him on its basic operation. That does sound like a most amusing advertisement for naval technology. My guest, here you are, sir. Enjoy the freedom of the open waves. It was an innocent yet ultimately disastrous gesture, one that would lead to further complications, though Kelsil was, at that moment, blissfully unaware. Upon their return to Coral Key Atoll, the reception committee was arrayed on the galleon gangway with full honors. Commodore Horatio Boffington III stood front and center, stiff as a starched plank, radiating an air of smug accomplishment, convinced his plan to make Kelsil flounder had worked to perfection. Lieutenant Elroy Phibbs, looking considerably less smug, hovered anxiously behind him. Greetings, O exalted ruler of Mariani, O noble ally and friend, Boffington boomed, his voice overflowing with pompous cordiality, resonating across the pier. Allow me to introduce myself. Sir, I am at your service. I am Commodore Wallace B. Boffington III, commander of this esteemed installation. I trust your highness has had a safe voyage. Sultan Alistair Al-Marini, still buzzing from his exhilarating experience at the helm of Torpedo Tube 73, extended his hand, his eyes sparkling with a subtle, mischievous glint that Boffington entirely missed. Yes, Commodore, and a pleasant one. Thanks to you, Commander Kell. He is a very efficient officer, and his vessel is most amusing to pilot. A true marvel of modern engineering, I must say. Boffington, his smile tightening to a grimace at Kelsil getting the credit, quickly recovered, his inner fury barely concealed beneath a thin veneer of forced cheer. Yes, isn't he? We're very proud of him. A fine example of American ingenuity, sir. Utterly, uniquely. He patted Kelsil on the shoulder, a gesture that conveyed both superficial praise and an underlying, barely concealed threat, a warning wrapped in politeness. Oh, thank you, sir, thank you, Kelsil replied, sensing the hidden venom in Boffington's touch. And now, your highness, Boffington continued, eager to assert his own importance and remove the attention from Kelsil. If you and your daughters will accompany me, I'll be glad to show you your quarters. I'm sure you're going to find them very satisfactory, of the highest standards of comfort and diplomatic hospitality. Sir, present, run, good. He motioned for the royal party to follow him, already picturing Kelsil's seat. Later that evening, back in the familiar, slightly oily confines of the Torpedo Tube 73 lair, its walls adorned with pin-ups and battle-worn souvenirs, Kelsil recounted the day's events to his amused, yet restricted, crew. They lounged on bunks and overturned crates, a motley collection of uniformed individuals who preferred chaos to order. Hey, Skip, how'd you wrangle that dinner invitation? Gus Grumbles asked, ever direct, his mouth full of a stolen pineapple fritter. Kelsil smirked, leaning back against a bulkhead, his own uniform already rumpled. It's a command performance. Gus, the Sultan was so thrilled with the boat ride that he insisted that Boffington invite me to the big dinner. Said I was amusingly unconventional, so I guess I'll have to return to that torture chamber of formality. Such a bore. Willie the Whale Wiggins, always practical, offered a suggestion, his large face concerned. You'd better bring along a food taster, Skip, just in case Boffington tries to redecorate your insides with something toxic, a rather insidious form of diplomatic incident. Crewman Chuckle Higgins nudged Gus, his eyes twinkling. Hey, Skip, if you get a peek at the girls, tell us what they look like, huh? Are they as pretty as they seemed on the boat? Any potential future liaison, sir? Kelsil glared, feigning irritation. Never mind the girls. You guys are restricted to the base. Higgins, you're in charge here. Why I enjoy diplomatic niceties, and no unauthorized departures. Right, Skip. Chuckle saluted smartly, a mischievous glint in his eye that suggested he had no intention of actually keeping them restricted. I'll keep an eye on them, man. Starting now. Willie grumbled, stretching out on a bunk that creaked under his considerable weight. Had a good time, Skip. 3 beautiful days on Coral Key Atoll, and we're stuck here like barnacles to a hull. What rotten luck. Gus added, yeah, we gotta get out of this, Skip. It's stifling. My very soul feels constrained by these invisible chains of restriction. Kelsel chuckled, running a hand through his perpetually messy hair. Yeah, you guys think you got a problem? What about me? I got a date with one of those princesses in 15 minutes, and Buffington has me trapped at his stuffy dinner. The crew gasped. How did you get it? Skip, Gus demanded, utterly flabbergasted, his pineapple fritter momentarily forgotten. A clandestine romantic maneuver, sir. Fine, well, I made a little date on the boat. After I handed over the helm, Kelsel admitted, a mischievous grin on his face. Her name is Syria. In Mariani, that means happiness. And she definitely makes me happy, boys, and quite adventurous, it seems. Willie whistled, impressed. Boy, you work faster than bicarbonate. Skip, how about spreading a little unhappiness around with your buddies? Huh, there's 2 more Mariani mamas out there just waiting for some American charm and some daring aquatic escapades. Kelsal rubbed his chin thoughtfully, a new plan already formulating in his quick mind. Tell you what I'll do, Sonny. You guys help me swipe the torpedo tube 73 so I can keep my date with Syria. And I'll see what I can do about your romantic entanglements. A mutually beneficial exchange. Wouldn't you say a perfect quid pro quo? Swipe the 73, Skip, Gus whispered, his eyes wide as saucers. Isn't that a bit unnaval, sir? Highly irregular, Commander. I promised Syria a boat ride, Gus, a moonlit cruise on the open sea. Look, it'll be a short one, but I'll need your help. Now, if we can keep Ensign Whiffle completely engrossed in his own peculiar studies, we might just pull it off. And by studies, I mean, well, anything that keeps his attention elsewhere. Moments later, a curious scene unfolded in the torpedo tube 73 lair. The entire crew had gathered, seemingly engrossed in a particularly intense card game of solitaire, feigning complete and utter preoccupation. Ensign Pipkin Whiffle, the acting executive officer, stood guard, diligently observing, his nose buried in the very base command manual Buffington had given to Kelsey. Okay, men, Whiffle declared, his voice firm, occasionally looking up from the manual. Let's break out the cards. While I'm in command, we're only playing for matchsticks. Proper naval decorum must be observed. No high-stakes gambling under my watchful eye. Gus grumbles, with a subtle wink at Kelsel, then suggested, let's not waste our time playing cards, Mr. Whiffle, as long as we're stuck here. Now let's put our time to something constructive and educational, to truly elevate our intellects, a profound pursuit of knowledge, if you will. Pipkin Whiffle, ever the diligent, if naive, academic, immediately perked up, his spectacles glinting with enthusiasm. Well, sir, we'd all be very grateful if you'd refresh our battle-weary minds on the nomenclature of the .50 caliber machine gun, a vital piece of defensive equipment, its mechanisms, its firing capabilities, its strategic applications. Kelsel barely managed to suppress a choked laugh, amazed at the ease with which Pipkin had fallen for their diversion. Boy, I'm really proud of you guys. That's real Navy. That is, learning while you learn. True dedication to martial knowledge. Chucker Higgins, taking his cue, added, as a matter of fact, sir, we'd appreciate it if you'd demonstrate to us how to take it apart, blindfolded. Sir, the true test of a master gunner, a supreme feat of mechanical prowess, sir. Willie the Whale Wiggins chimed in, eager to facilitate the distraction. Yeah, let's do it, Mr. Whiffle. I'll bet 6-5 you can do it blindfolded, a mere trifle for a man of your caliber. 10 solo. Pipkin, suddenly swelling with confidence, puffed out his chest, completely oblivious to his I don't want to brag, but in officer candidate school, I made you them blindfolded. We used to do a lot of things blindfolded in officer training. You know, saying lots of important words, and such. Even tying complex nautical knots. He grinned nervously. Wait, you're right there on the tank. Now, let's start out any time you want. Mr. Whiff, my skills are at your disposal. Oh, well, since you guys are so anxious to get underway with this educational endeavor, we might as well start right in. Pipkin beamed, then took a deep breath. Now, men, this is a .50 caliber machine gun, a weapon of immense destructive power, capable of obliterating foes with a thunderous roar. Observe its fearsome aspect. He then pulled a blindfold, conveniently provided by Chuckle, over his eyes, confidently. Now, in dismantling this baby, first of all, We disengage grip control A and B from firing mechanism. He fumbled clumsily, striking the gun on a nearby table. Boy, that's a dangerous part. Well, maybe I better start with the trigger mechanism. Men, this is a trigger. He grabbed the gun, only to accidentally tap it on a coffee cup. No, it's a coffee cup. My apologies. A minor misstep. A slight miscalculation in spatial awareness. Kelso, seizing his chance, slipped away while Pipkin was thoroughly distracted by the nuances of blindfolded weapons assembly, his crew diligently creating a cacophony of encouragement. Just as he reached the torpedo tube 73, which lay bobbing gently at the pier, he heard a delicate voice call out to him. Well, who's that? Princess Syria, cloaked in a borrowed, inconspicuous wrap, had arrived early for her rendezvous, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. Just a passing boat, Kelso called back, hoping no one else heard. His voice a strained whisper. He slipped aboard the boat and greeted the princess with a wide smile, pulling her gently aboard. You're doing great, Mr. Whiff. Gus Grumbles shouted loudly, stomping his foot, completely covering Kelso's stealthy departure. Just great, the very epitome of precision. Your hands are like clockwork, sir. Thanks, Gus, Pipkin replied, clearly flattered, adjusting his blindfold. Why don't we start with the bell? He meant the barrel of the machine gun, but no one bothered to correct him, his linguistic slip-ups part of the elaborate deception. Princess Syria, Kelso said, taking her hand as she stepped aboard, his heart doing a little leap. Hi, I'm here. You are Syria, aren't you? Hello, Enjo. Oh, you're Syria, all right. Come back down. I'm sure to bring Sissa back in time for dinner. If father finds out about this clandestine departure. Syria, her eyes sparkling with adventure, leaned in, her voice a low, excited murmur. I know, but it's worth it. Commander, this clandestine adventure is far more exciting than endless diplomatic dinners and stiff conversations. My father's wrath will be a small price to pay for such a thrill. Back at Commodore Boffington's quarters, the diplomatic dinner was well underway, a stifling affair of stilted conversation, lukewarm rations, and the clinking of silverware, all under the heavy gaze of the tropical night. Boffington, ever the gracious host, turned to Sultan Alistair Almarine, a forced, obsequious smile plastered on his face. I'm indeed flattered, Your Highness, that you and your charming daughters have accepted my invitation to dinner. A truly singular honor for Koralki Atoll. Sir, a profound diplomatic coup, if I may say so. The Sultan gave a slight, polite nod, his regal face betraying little emotion. It is our pleasure, Commodore. Your hospitality is noted. This charmingly rustic establishment is certainly unique. Your slightest wish is my command, Your Highness, Boffington gushed, leaning forward with an oily, eager grin, rubbing his hands together. Is there anything else I can do for Your Highness's pleasure? Anything at all, no matter how trivial or grand, to enhance your stay on our humble atoll. The Sultan paused, a glint of amusement in his eye, clearly enjoying Boffington's subservience. Now that you mention it, Commodore, I did particularly enjoy steering Commander Kelso's boat this afternoon. A most invigorating experience, one that has rather put my spirits up after the rigors of travel. Boffington's smile instantly faltered, his face twitching. He had planned to use the boat's absence against Kelso, not to have it praised. Oh, the boat you liked. Oh well, maybe you'd like to take another ride before dinner. Perhaps a gentle cruise around the lagoon. A scenic exploration of our humble atoll, under the moonlit sky. It would be quite His brain, calculating rapidly, realized this was a golden opportunity to further incriminate Kelso for the boat's absence. You do me honor, Commodore, the Sultan exclaimed, clearly pleased by the offer. Boffington, practically rubbing his hands together in glee, snapped at a nearby aide. Lieutenant Phibbs. Oh, yeah, you heard it, Phibbs? What are you standing there for? Get the boat. Not just any boat. The one Kelso commands. Oh, the boat. All right, so it's over at the island there. If you'll excuse me, sir, Your Highness's wish is my command. He practically scurried out, a maniacal grin plastered on his face, picturing Kelso's utter ruin. Meanwhile, back in the torpedo tube 73 lair, Ensign Pipkin Whiffle was nearing the triumphant conclusion of his blindfolded .50 caliber machine gun assembly, completely unaware of the developing drama with the Sultan and the missing boat. Last but not least, he declared, proudly locking a component into place with a definitive click. We lock the firing pin to the trigger mechanism. That's it. I knew I had it. That's good. A perfect, harmonious assembly, if I do say so myself. He took off his blindfold with a flourish, his spectacles slightly askew. Gus Grumbles clapped him on the back, a hearty slap. It looks like a meeting Pipkin, a triumph of naval engineering, a masterpiece of blindfolded mechanical precision. Well, the signal to efficiency is practice, boys. Constant, dedicated practice. Pipkin beamed, polishing the gun with a rag. Don't take it off yet, sir. We forgot the time you took to complete the task. A vital data point for future assessments. Now, once more, for the record. Pipkin, eager to further demonstrate his prowess, adjusted his blindfold with exaggerated solemnity. That's a good idea. Well, at this time, I'm going to make it tougher. I'll do it backwards. Men, a reverse, the ultimate test of skill and mental fortitude. Just then, the phone rang, shrill and insistent, startling everyone in the shack. So, get that, will you, Willie? Pipkin asked, still blindfolded, his voice a little strained. Tell whoever it is, I'm on official business. Highly important, blindfolded official business, vital to national security. Willie answered, then turned to Pipkin, his face palling slightly. Amanda Kelsel's group. Oh, it's you, Skip. Yeah, Mr. Whip. Kelsel's voice crackled over the line, laced with thinly veiled panic. He's right here, on the phone. Pipkin. What's it going to tell him that for, Willie? Gus hissed, glaring at Willie, knowing Kelsal would demand to know the boat's location. Oh, is it the Skip? He'll find out the boat's gone with Syria. We're utterly doomed. Willie quickly put his hand over the receiver, his voice a desperate whisper. Hey, Mr. Whiffle, don't even take that blindfold off, sir. We'll just stop the clock and continue after you hang up the phone call. It wouldn't be fair to your magnificent record, sir. He then gently guided Pipkin's hand over to the receiver. Hey, I'll lead you right over to the phone, sir. You're doing magnificently. All right, Willie, Pipkin said, shuffling forward blindly. Poor leader. Skip, this is Ensign. Everything's under control, sir. A paragon of order and meticulous execution. Ah, good, Kelsal replied, trying to sound normal, though his voice was tight with suppressed fury. Now, I hear this. The Commodore wants the 73 over here at Galleon Gangway right away. The Sultan wants to do some more steering before, dinner. He finds it most exhilarating. Pipkin, a true thrill of the sea. Pipkin Whiffle paused, his blindfolded face still full of earnest concentration, a single bead of sweat trickling down his forehead. Steer it again. Well, how do you like that? Skip, the Sultan wants to steer the boat again. Last time, he nearly wrecked it. Mr. Kell, I'm afraid the Sultan can't have the boat. It's not here. It's elsewhere. There was a moment of pregnant silence on the line, punctuated only by the distant sounds of tropical insects. Then Kelsel's voice, a tight, controlled growl, came through, radiating pure, unadulterated fury that chilled Pipkin to the bone. Hey, good. Skip. Gus came up with a great idea. The Sultan can't steer the boat. It's not here. It's not there. Oh, hey. Kelsal was obviously struggling to sound positive, his voice becoming increasingly high-pitched and strained. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Then it's all settled. Put Gus on the phone right away. Gus! Gus! Gus Grumbles, his face paling, took the receiver from Willie, his hand shaking. Here, Skip. Oh, Gus, I want the facts. Exactly. Where's my boat? And where's Princess Syria? Kelsel's voice, though still suppressed, radiated pure, unadulterated fury that vibrated through the receiver. Well, Willie took the boat out for a little spin with Princess Syria. Skip, Gus blurted out, sacrificing Willie without a moment's hesitation. They're enjoying the open waters, Commander. A rather romantic excursion. What? Kelsal roared, his fury finally breaking free, the sound echoing ominously down the phone line. Oh, yes, sir. Look, I'll try to stall as long as I can. Gus, but you get that boat over here, and I want that princess back in her quarters, on the double. Or else, do you understand? Or else, Gus, the consequences will be dire, I assure you. He slammed down the phone, the clatter of final punctuation mark to his rage. Commodore Boffington, still in the throes of preparing for the Sultan's boat trip, approached his radio man, Lieutenant Elroy Phibbs. Yeah. Oh, there's a crew for you, sir. Those boys are really on the ball. Never a moment's idleness. Never a hint of exemplary. Yes. His radio man simply stared at him, bewildered. Oh, my clothes are on the ball. Commodore, my uniform is rather static, sir. Boffington ignored him, still rubbing his hands together in anticipation. Well, you know, we get going to the darkness. Yes. I'm looking forward to getting back behind the wheel with the Sultan. Another invigorating demonstration of naval might, and an opportunity to further demonstrate Kelsel's utter lack of diplomatic skill. Yes, that will be fun, sir. The Sultan, Alistair, Almarine said, appearing mysteriously behind Boffington, startling him from his smug reverie. And, sir, speaking of fun, Commodore, I wonder if you'd mind taking a moment to explain this gadget, sir. He pointed to Boffington's elaborate, long-stemmed smoking pipe, a constant companion, its polished bowl gleaming. I've been watching you smoking it with such cultured air, Commodore. Boffington, ever eager to display his refined habits and utterly oblivious to Kelsel's current plight. Not at all, Your Highness. It has an extra stem, a delightful little innovation. Would you care to try it? A ceremonial Mariani pipe-smoking experience. Perhaps a cross-cultural exchange of vice, as it were. Try it. The Sultan's eyes lit up with genuine interest. Oh, yes, yes, I'd love to. An interesting cultural exchange indeed. Commodore, a most intriguing offer. Boffington, already imagining Kelsel's shocked reaction if he saw this unnaval scene, quickly involved the long-suffering Elroy Phibbs, drawing him into the orbit of his dubious cultural diplomacy. I'm sure Lieutenant Phibbs would, too, wouldn't you, Phibbs? A keen devotee of fine tobacco. Phibbs, who secretly detested smoking, forced a weak, strained smile, his face turning a sickly shade of green at the very thought. Yeah, love it, the very essence of aromatic enjoyment, sir, a profound pleasure for the senses. Well, you first, sir, Boffington urged, offering the extra stem of the elaborate pipe to the Sultan. Hung. Oh, now, it's very simple, Captain. All you do is inhale, smoothly, elegantly, like a connoisseur of fine tobaccos. Take a deep, satisfying puff, Your Highness. The Sultan took a long, experimental puff, then immediately began to cough, a racking, violent sound that seemed to shake his very frame. His eyes watered profusely, streaming down his regal face, his usual dignified composure completely shattered by the potent tobacco. Meanwhile, back on the open sea, Commander Kelsel was frantically attempting to restart Torpedo Tube 73's engine, which had abruptly conked out, leaving them adrift in the middle of nowhere. Princess Syria watched him with amused, yet worried eyes. Gulls Gulch calling Torpedo Tube 73. Gulls Gulch calling Torpedo Tube 73. Come in, please. The boat's radio crackled to life, static-laden, an urgent voice piercing the night. Kelsel snatched the receiver, his face grim. This is 73. Look, you guys, Princess Syria and I are stuck out here in the middle of nowhere. We're just starting back, and the engine's conked out, a complete and utter mechanical failure. He thumped the console in frustration. Yeah, well look, Gus, forget about the engines. Conked out oy vey. This is an unmitigated disaster. Sirius is Pamela's sisters, and they'll cover for us. Princess Syria interjected helpfully, her English surprisingly fluent, though her understanding of nautical engineering was, predictably, minimal. If the Sultan finds out, we're dead, so you better get going. Mr. Whiffle, on the double, my father's temper is legendary. Commander. Right, yes sir, right. Kelsel barked into the radio, trying to maintain some semblance of command. Hey, what am I saluting for? I'm in command here. He then changed tactics, abandoning the engines. Willie, you're under arrest for providing unauthorized passage to a member of foreign royalty. Now, look, Gus, you tell him how to start those engines. I'm gonna go over and talk to the sisters and see if I can't stall them. Delay their discovery of this unfortunate predicament. He handed the receiver to Gus. Ensign Whiffle, get your hands off the officers, you lout. Back at the diplomatic dinner, Commodore Boffington and Sultan Alistair Al-Marine were still enjoying the exotic smoking pipe, though the Sultan's eyes were still somewhat watery. "Oi, you're doing fine, Captain. Just fine," Boffington purred, watching the Sultan's still watering eyes, pleased with the efficacy of his dubious diplomacy. "Yes. How do you like it so far? It is certainly potent. A very robust blend, Your Highness." The Sultan coughed, a racking sound, but forced a polite smile. "I'm enjoying it immensely, Commodore. I wouldn't want you to miss that on your boat trip. It is my pleasure to make this sacrifice for you. I can always take my ride after dinner, if you are amenable, Commodore." Boffington's eyes lit up. This was even better. Kelsier would be caught trying to sneak the boat back for the Sultan, his lies exposed. "Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Your Highness." "Yes, sir. Let's make it after dinner, and then you can have just that much more time steering the boat. Let's eat early." "We can eat right now, Your Highness." "I'll get your daughters." "Agree." "I have daughters, Commodore," the Sultan said, genuinely confused, having forgotten their very existence in his smoke-induced stupor and the pipe's intoxicating effects. "It's a little too early for dinner, isn't it, Father?" one of the princesses, also slightly affected by the pipe's fumes, asked, her voice a little dreamy. "Early, sir. Let's see," Boffington insisted, trying to hurry things along. "I'll go and get the princesses myself. My honor guard is awaiting my orders. They're ready to march, sir, to retrieve the royal children." "Oh, well, why don't I go?" Captain Kelsul, who had mysteriously returned, offered, seizing the opportunity to get to the princesses before Boffington could further botch things. "I'll get the princesses, and then I'll get them." "Okay, I'll get them. They're royal princesses. They deserve the best. That's protocol, too, sir." Kelsul raced towards the royal quarters, bursting in unannounced, his face a mask of urgency. "Princesses, sultanas, your honors. Your sister sent me," he blurted out to the two remaining princesses, who were primping in their lavish chambers, adjusting their silken veils and applying exotic perfumes. "Thank you very much," one of them replied, looking confused, wondering why an American naval officer was suddenly invading their private chambers. "I'm sorry," Kelsul said, realizing his blunder, and quickly attempting to regain his composure. "Well, pardon us. A most impersonal intrusion by this most miserable person, your humble servant, Commander What I'm trying to say, isn't it? I'm sorry to report that your sister Syria is in an assiduous seriation. Something has happened to Syria." The princesses gasped, their hands flying to their mouths. "Please, you know what the Sultan said. No hands," they cried, referring to the earlier warning about their dignity. "Forget me, our princesses," Kelsul pressed, desperation in his voice. "Tell us what you think. Tell us, please, what has happened to our sister?" "Well, she's not going to be here in time for dinner," Kelsul admitted, rubbing his head. "The truth, a bitter pill. The engines conked out, a complete, mechanical failure. I assure you, a most unfortunate nautical mishap." "Oh, no," the princesses wailed in unison. "Father will be furious. Truly, catastrophically furious. He will be incandescent with rage, like a chicken that has lost its favorite rooster. Commander." Just then, Commodore Boffington, agitated and red-faced from the pipe and the unexpected delay, appeared at their door, completely unaware of the developing drama. "Your Highness says it's Commodore Boffington." "No, I'm here with your honor guard. It's time for dinner. Princesses, the Sultan awaits." "Sorry, Captain," one princess replied, quickly pulling Kelsul out of sight behind a large, silken curtain. "But we are still dressing." "Yes, please come back later. We require more time for royal adornments and cosmetic preparations." "Sir?" Boffington, ever persistent. "Well, if you don't mind, I'll just wait here. It's a matter of diplomatic urgency, and I refuse to be made a fool of again." Kelsul whispered frantically to the princesses from behind the curtain. "What can we do? If only the two of us come to dinner, Syria will be in terrible trouble. Her father will truly be incandescent with rage, and I will be strung up from the..." One of the princesses snapped her fingers, her eyes gleaming with sudden inspiration. I got an idea. Kelsul raised an eyebrow, skeptical. "What the better use yours? Mine never worked, and mine tend to involve large-scale destruction." "Well, what is your idea, Commander?" The princess pressed, looking at Kelsal for approval. Okay, please. Ah, greetings, Your Highness. Kelsal then boomed, affecting a formal, almost theatrical voice, stepping out from behind the curtain with the two princesses. He bowed with a flourish as Boffington, surprised, entered. This is a distinct pleasure to be able to escort you ladies to the esteemed dinner. All right, please. All right, careful, my dear. I mean, Your Highness. Incidentally, I'm Commander Quentin Kelsal, the man whose cunning and charm knows no bounds. To Boffington's utter horror, Kelsal was escorting 3 princesses, one of whom was clearly Willie the Whale Wiggins, in a hastily applied veil and borrowed silken robes. Boffington stared, aghast, as Kelsal presented his hastily assembled royal party. Willie the Whale Wiggins, doing his best to mimic a demure princess, was swaying awkwardly. "Centric, what is keeping my daughters, Commander?" the Sultan demanded, having arrived behind Boffington, growing increasingly impatient. "I hope there is nothing wrong. They are usually so punctual and so exquisitely graceful." "Oh, I'm sure there isn't, sir," Kelsal replied smoothly, not missing a beat. "But if you'll excuse me, perhaps I'd better go see—" "Excuse me, sir. Oh, Captain, I see." He attempted to slip away, eager to prevent Boffington from scrutinizing his hastily assembled royal party too closely, particularly Willie. Boffington, however, grabbed Kelsal, preventing his escape, his face a mask of confused suspicion. "Just let me explain, Kelsal. There's something amiss here, something decidedly unprincess-like." Just then, Sultan Alistair, Marine beamed, seemingly unfazed by Kelsal's odd appearance or the suspicious bulk of one of his daughters. "Ah, one side, my dear," he said to Boff. "On your feet, gentlemen. The princesses, gentlemen. The United States Navy has made every arrangement for our comfort. Now it is my turn to make an arrangement for your delight. My daughters will dance for you. Gentlemen, a display of Mariani culture and beauty." Kelsal, utterly horrified, frantically interjected, his voice strained. "But that won't be necessary, sir. You don't have to pay us back. We were glad to help. A truly altruistic naval rescue, Your Highness." The Sultan's face darkened, a dangerous glint entering his eyes. "You do not wish to see my daughters dance, Commander? Is their performance beneath the dignity of your American officers? Do you find them wanting?" Boffington, seeing Kelsal squirm, jumped in, his usual malice overriding any sense of diplomatic propriety. "Well, do you think they ought to dance on our nifty stomach, Kelsal? Don't pay any attention to him, Your Highness. He has these spells every now and then. You see, a touch of battle fatigue that makes him question all things good and pure. I, for one, would love to see your daughters dance. Am I right, gentlemen?" "Yes, sir. Let the revelry commence." A display of true Mariani artistry. A smattering of nervous agreements and reluctant nods followed from the assembled naval officers. "You do me great honor, Captain," the Sultan beamed, accepting the apparent enthusiasm. Kelsal muttered to Boffington under his breath, "Believe me, Captain, you better serve dinner first. This is going to be a disaster of epic proportions." "Shut up, Kelsal," Boffington hissed back, elbowing him sharply. "This is going to be a rare treat, sir, and I can hardly wait to see this. It will utterly embarrass Kelsal." "Neither can I," Kelsal replied, desperately trying to signal his crew princess, Willie, to remain perfectly still and unwilling. "And try some of these, sir. They're delicious. A true delicacy, Admiral." He offered a plate of hors d'oeuvres to Nor. The music started, and the 2 genuine princesses began a graceful, intricate dance, their movements fluid and mesmerizing. The 3rd princess, however, Willie the Whale Wiggins, stumbled awkwardly, his bulk not conducive to delicate pirouettes, revealing a decidedly un-princess-like swagger and a thick, hairy ankle beneath his silk wrap, his shoes decidedly too large. "Oh, they're lovely dancers. Lovely," Boffington gushed, momentarily blinded by the sheer spectacle, failing to notice Willie's colossal size and clumsy movements. "You are most kind," Captain de Sultan replied, beaming with pride, utterly oblivious. Kelsal, however, could only watch in horror, as his crew princess wobbled precariously, threatening to bring down the entire performance, and, potentially, international relations. "Can't you be more careful, you clod, Willie?" he hissed under his breath. "Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. So sorry. Are you just fine? Ladies, just fine. Splendidly coordinated. For your gender, and for a last-minute replacement. The dance concluded, and the room burst into polite applause, though some officers looked a little confused. Weren't they great, gentlemen? Buffington asked, completely missing the glaring anomaly of Willie. Just a moment, Sultan Alistair, Al Marine suddenly declared, a puzzled expression on his face, his gaze fixed intently on Willie the Whale Wiggins. My daughters aren't finished yet. I have news for you, sir. Those are not all your daughters. That third one is decidedly more hirsute than I recall. Commodore. His eyes fixed on the crew princess, his brow furrowing with growing suspicion. Goodbye, girls, Kelsall yelled, sensing disaster, realizing the charade was crumbling. It's time to change. And rapidly so. He lunged forward, attempting to spirit Willie away. Buffington, confused, stopped him, utterly flustered by the unexpected turn. Captain, what is the meaning of this outrage? Explain yourself. Kelsall, desperate, pointed frantically at the disguised crewman. Willie. Sir, one of these girls is an impostor, a charlatan of the highest order, a fraud upon the good name of Mariani royalty. Buffington, his eyes bulging, grabbed the nearest genuine princess. Captain, how dare you, sir, she cried, shocked by the rough treatment. Oh, I'm sorry, Buffington stammered, realizing his mistake and releasing her, utterly mortified. This isn't the one. This must be the one, sir. He lunged at the crew princess, pulling off the veil and revealing Willie the Whale Wiggins' sweaty, bearded face, his wide, nervous grin doing nothing to dispel the shock. A collective gasp, then a burst of stunned murmuring, went through the room. Stop this madness, Commodore! The Sultan roared, utterly outraged, his face contorted in furious disbelief. The admiral will hear of this insufferable farce. This is an insult of the highest magnitude. Well, brother, you stop it, Captain, Kelsall interjected, struggling to contain Willie, who was now thoroughly confused. You can't do this, Buffington. This is a complete breakdown of diplomatic relations. Oh, I can't. Can't I? Buffington shrieked, momentarily forgetting the Sultan's anger, triumphant. You must be the one. You phony baloney's Barney. You're under arrest for impersonating a princess and for making a mockery of international diplomacy and for bringing your unspeakable bulk to this sacred event. Arrest? Willie yelped, startled. Your Highness, I'm terribly sorry, Buffington babbled, turning to the enraged Sultan, his own skin now prickling with fear as the weight of his actions began to sink in. Captain, your unpardonable behavior will be reported to the State Department. This is an insult of the highest magnitude to my nation and my family. Kelsall quickly intervened, desperately trying to salvage what little diplomatic goodwill remained. Oh, sir, he didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, Your Highness. You see, I thought I saw one of my stupid nips with Ensign Whiffle. I mean, your daughter looked just like him. A very cunning disguise. I didn't know that, sir. Kelsall lied, his brain working at lightning speed to concoct the most preposterous, yet plausible, explanation. Enough, the Sultan commanded, his voice trembling with fury, cutting Kelsall off mid. Come, daughters. I will raid Washington with a fleet of indignant royal complaints. I want justice for this affront, an insult that transcends all cultural boundaries. Mercy, mercy, Your Highness, Buffington pleaded, seeing his career dissolve before his very eyes, his diplomatic ambitions crashing in ruins. Stupid infidel, the Sultan spat, sweeping his daughters out of the room, leaving Buffington alone with the shattered remains of his grand dinner party. You shouldn't have looked, sir, he flung over his shoulder, a final, withering condemnation. Buffington, utterly defeated, looked around in despair, his elaborate plot having backfired spectacularly. Why me? Why is it always me? The universe conspires against me with a singular, perverse efficiency. I simply wished for Kelsall's downfall, and I receive only my own humiliation. He began to pace frantically, pulling at his hair. Kelsall, having rounded up the rest of his crew, simply shook his head, a mixture of amusement and exhaustion on his face. Skip, let me explain. Gus grumbled, started, stepping forward. I don't want to hear another word out of you. 8 balls, Kelsall snapped, his patience having finally run out. Now, go on. Get going before Commodore Buffington catches you here, and I assign you to latrine duty for the rest of your natural lives. Too late. Skip. Here he comes, Chuckle Higgins warned, pointing. Buffington, with a desperate, last-ditch effort, clutching a ceremonial Mariani sword he had presumably... Oh, Princess! Wait, your father forgot his sword, and I hope you'll forgive my stupidity. I meant no disrespect. He spotted the crew and... Oh, no, no, no. Now, Captain, this is embarrassing. Get away. Now, Princess, whatever your name is, would you ask your father to forgive Holt Kel? I have a sword, and I'm not afraid to use it. He lunged at Kelsel, brandishing the ornate weapon. Oh, boy, Kelsel cried, dodging the flailing blade. Well, would it help if I forgive you, Commodore? I can't get him out of here. He's utterly lost his mind. No, no, Captain, no, Kelsel yelled, ducking and weaving around the flailing sword, his attempts at diplomacy utterly forgotten in the face of imminent bodily harm. No, 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 no. Captain, no, no. Captain, no. Captain, no. The diplomatic dinner had completely devolved into pure, unadulterated slapstick chaos, with the sword-wielding Commodore chasing his commander around the remains of a ruined banquet. A few days later, the air was thick with tension back at Coral Key Atoll. Commodore Buffington, despite his continued medical issues, was determined to exert his authority. He'd convened a fitness board to assess Ensign Pipkin Whiffle's suitability for command, a transparent attempt to punish Kelsel through his subordinate. The stage for Buffington's revenge was set. Kelsel and his crew were holed up in their torpedo tube 73 lair, grumbling about their situation, the recent memory of sword-fighting Commodores fresh in their minds. He sure is a long time getting a wisdom tooth pulled, Gus Grumbles remarked, looking at the distant convalescent cove, where Buffington was supposedly recovering from his various traumas. Never takes me that long too, Dennis. It's over real fast, right after he catches me. Willie the Whale Wiggins nodded solemnly, his massive frame shaking slightly. Well, the skipper's gonna be in some mood when he gets back, Gus. I don't blame him. It's murder, trying to outwit Buffington. Hey, I guess you're right, Chuckle Higgins agreed, idly cleaning his fingernails with a bayonet, probably snapping everybody's head off, like a hungry alligator in a fish market. Kelsel stretched out on his bunk, his eyes scanning the pages of the impenetrable base command manual, groaned. All right, I guess we'd better really be on the book for Pipkin's fitness hearing. Buffington is not in a forgiving mood, boys, not after the hula girl incident. And certainly not after the Sultan's dramatic departure. Just then, the convalescent cove's Dr. Zephyrblim burst in, a wide, almost manic grin on his face. She seemed to float rather than walk. I don't believe him. He just had his tooth pulled. Who's the dentist? Bob Hope. He's clearly under some profound influence. Dr. Blim was clearly affected by something, her eyes wide and sparkling, her usually severe countenance transformed by an unholy glee. He needs a skip. Kelsel sat up, looking at the deliriously happy doctor. Why so happy, Blim? What did you do? Bite the dentist's finger. You look as if you've won the lottery, not undergone minor oral surgery. Ha! Dr. Blim laughed. A high, reedy sound, almost a cat. Are you kidding? I'm in agony. Pure, unadulterated dental agony. But the dentist gave me a new painkiller, though. Not your usual sedatives. Commander. No, not the usual nitrous oxide. Yeah. That's it. The laughing gas jazz. It's simply marvelous. Despite the pain, the sheer hilarity of it all. The crew looked at each other, bewildered by the sight of the giggling medic. Laughing gas, an idea, both audacious and inherently ludicrous, began to form in Kelsel's mind. Well, that must be some joke, Blim, Kelsel remarked, trying to sound innocent. Just look at you. You sure feeling no pain? You're positively glowing with mirth. Are you kidding? No pain. It's killing me. Dr. Blim giggled hysterically, clutching her jaw. But the doctor said it'll wear off pretty soon. We better get the skipper back to the island before he strains something trying to stand up. He's practically airborne with delight, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. How come for it, you guys? Kelsel looked at his crew, his eyes gleaming with mischievous intent. Don't worry, Skip. I'll take over. Gus Grumbles volunteered, eager to drive the jeep, ever ready for adventure. he'll take over, Kelsel muttered, knowing Gus's driving skills were marginally better than a drunken sea turtle. Must have been the way I said it. How you doing, Skip? I never felt worse, Gus, Dr. Blim declared, still laughing, but with a surprising burst of energy as she scrambled towards a jeep. Now, don't worry about a thing. I got everything under control. McHale, the roads are clear, the wind is fair, and all is right with the world. Gus, at the wheel of the jeep, swerved wildly as Dr. Blim took the passenger seat. Mr. Whiffle, I'm both dead ahead, sir. The path to victory is straight. Commander. Kelsel grabbed Gus. Hey-oh. Oh, pull backwards. Please. Not that way, you lunatic. You're driving straight for the ceremonial coconut grove. There'll be an international incident. Suddenly, there was a loud thud and a startled shriek. Commodore Buffington, miraculously cured and making his own way back in his personal vehicle, had just been hit by Gus's careening jeep. Hey, you murderers! Buffington shrieked, scrambling up from the dust, his face white with rage. Hey, this is Commodore Buffington. Pull him out. Stand there. We just ran over Captain Buffington. You utter imbeciles! Pipkin Whiffle yelled, terrified, still standing next to Kel. He ran over Captain Buffington. Now he'll have his horse shot, Gus shouted back, panicking. That's what they do in the cavalry. Sir. He'll have his horse shot. Get your hands off of me, you seagulling murderer, you... Buffington screeched, advancing on Gus, a wild, murderous look in his eyes. I've got you this time, Kelso. Trying to kill me in this hot rod. Is that what he tried to do? A deliberate act of vehicular assault. Kelsel, quickly thinking, intervened, stepping between Buffington and Gus. Wait a minute, Captain. If you want to blame anybody, you'll blame me, sir. You see, I had this tooth pulled out earlier, quite a hole, sir, and the lingering effects of the anesthetic have made me somewhat disoriented. Sir, he gestured dramatically at his mouth, inventing a sudden dental emergency. Buffington, however, was past reason, his mind fixated on Kelsel's latest perceived outrage. I'm sick of your excuses, Sick. I'm gonna do something with this imbecile. I should have done a long time ago. Something utterly devastating. Something final and unappealing. Skip. I'm against regulation of spankaging law. Pipkin Whiffle protested, nervously, citing some obscure self-invented naval code. We cannot abide by barbaric punishments. I am going to send a message to Grand Command Post, Buffington declared, his eyes gleaming with malicious intent, ignoring Pip. And you know what? I'm going to request Kelsey something truly delightful. Chuckle Higgins, thinking quickly, replied, a couple cases of ketchup. Skip, I gotta tell you, we're low on ketchup, sir, and it affects morale terribly. I am going to request that a fitness board convene a full, uncompromising fitness board for Ensign Whiffle. Buffington's voice was sharp, triumphant, a venomous victory. Kelsel's jaw dropped. A fitness board. Now, wait a minute. Captain, you can't. This is an overreaction, sir. Can't I? Buffington sneered, relishing Kelsel's distress. All they've got to do is take one look at this goofball's record and they'll break him down to second class so fast it'll make your head spin. What do you think of that, goofball? He poked a finger at Pipkin Whiffle, who swayed nervously, already imagining himself scrubbing decks. I'm a little nauseous already, Sir Pipkin admitted weakly, his face green. Wait a minute, Captain. I'm not going to stand by, sir. And I see my executive officer Kelsel stepped in front of Pipkin, his usual insouciance, replaced by genuine indignation. No, sir. This is an outrage against common decency and good order, a blatant abuse of power. When it comes to railroading, Kelsel, I am a regular Casey Jones, Buffington retorted, preening, utterly convinced of his own strategic brilliance. All right, take me to the barn. I hope he runs off on track, Kelsel, because I'm determined to see him utterly broken. The crew watched, dismayed, their morale sinking faster than a depth charge. Hey, Skip, can he do that? Can he bring Mr. Whiffle to a fitness board? Gus asked, genuinely worried. I don't know, Gus. Damn it, Kelsel cursed, his usual coolness rattled, rubbing his forehead in frustration. Chuckle Higgins, always a stickler for rules, pointed out, oh, come on. Will you, Chuck? Take off that hat. You're still an ensign, and if we have anything to do about it, you're gonna stay an ensign, Whiffle. Yeah, well, when that fitness board gets here, boy, it's gonna be so long, Mr. Whiffle. Hello, Charlie. What a rotten deal. It ain't fair. How do you get out of this chicken navy? Anyway, Willie, the whale Wiggins, lamented, slumped on a barrel. Kelsill, however, rallied, his quick mind searching for a solution. All right. Listen, stop your jabbering and start using your skulls. There must be some way we can get Buffington to call off this hearing. Some brilliant, unorthodox strategy that will catch him completely off guard. Gus, ever the pessimist, grumbled. Yeah, if we can only jolly him up some way. You don't get him in a good mood. Skip, not old Lead Bottom. Even an undertaker couldn't put a smile on his face, let alone a man accused of vehicular assault. Kelsell's eyes, however, suddenly lit up, a spark of pure genius igniting in their depths. I got it, guys. Why don't we call a truce? Maybe even throw him a party. A festive gathering to soften his granite heart. Gus Pipkin Whiffle, momentarily, forgetting his impending doom, exclaimed, I mean, that's a great idea. We could throw a real wing, a grand gala of naval fraternity. Gus continued, Pipkin's thought, and Willie could sneak some nurses over from the base. The more, the merrier. And Mike Bell could blow up a batch of his legendary moonshine. The Kelsill Commando's cooler, and we could dance. And drink. And get loaded. Skip. A true celebration of chaos. Kelsill's smile, which had been forming, abruptly vanished. And go right to the brig, Whiffle. That's all we need to do. We'd be summarily court-martialed for such an act of outrageous insubordination. Now, wait a minute. Hold it. Boys, I think you just clued your Uncle Dudley into something truly devious and utterly magnificent. Kelsill paused, his mind working furiously, piecing together the elements of his next master plan. Well, can't you? Now, wait a minute. We might have a chance if we get old Lead Bottom in a happy mood. Right. The crew chorused, a glimmer of hope in their eyes. Well, now, this is strictly out of left field, Kelsill continued, a mischievous glint in his eye. But remember what Dr. Blim felt like when I came back from the dentist the other day. The laughing gas. Boys, nitrous oxide. Wow. If Buffington felt that way, he'd not only cancel a fitness board, he'd probably promote Mr. Whiffle to admiral. And if that don't jolly up all that old Lead Bottom, nothing will. He'd be so utterly incapacitated by joy, he'd sign anything. Listen, Gus chimed in, catching on, his face now a mask of delighted anticipation. He'll be so hysterical, he'll do anything. He'll probably confess to piloting an unidentified flying object, or declare himself the king of Coral Kia. Kelsill turned to Higgins. What do you think, Chuckle? Higgins grinned, already picturing the scene. Well, I'm still trying to get used to it. Admiral Charles Parker. Admiral Pete Parker. No, that's Ensign Pip. Admiral. Pip. The sound of it alone is enough to send Buffington into a laughing fit, let alone his actual reaction to the gas. You bunch of hyenases. Come here, Kelsill hissed, waving them closer, his eyes gleaming with the brilliant wickedness of his new scheme. We got plans to hatch. Now, listen to this. It's going to be a masterpiece of comedic manipulation, the most delightful piece of tactical deceit in naval history. Under the cloak of night, the nefarious plot began to unfold. Gus Grumbles, with surprising stealth for a man of his size, presented a large, clanking tank to its metallic surface gleaming faintly in the moonlight. Presto. Skip. 1 tank. 100 proof laughing gas. Compliments of the base dental units. A little midnight requisition from Dr. Blim's secret stash. Sir, we told her it was for experimental morale-boosting exercises. Sir. Kelsill patted Gus on the back. A rare show of genuine approval. Good work, Gus. Always nothing but the best for Mr. Whiffle. I'd steal a whole dentist, if it meant saving his naval career from Buffington's vengeful machinations. All right, Kelsill hissed, gathering his crew around the tank, their faces lit by the glow of the distant base lights. Now, you guys sure you know what to do. The fate of Pipkin hangs in the balance, and with it, the precarious piece of Korokie atoll. No mistakes, do you? Gus, always confident in his physical prowess, thumped his chest. Had no fear, Skip. Once we've blown a blast of that laughing gas onto old Leadbottom through the office window, he's in happy land. Mr. Whiffle's practically off the hook. Sir, we'll make him giggle like a schoolgirl on shore leave. Skip. Well, I sure hope so, Gus Kelsall murmured, a touch of genuine worry tempering his mischievous enthusiasm. Not that I might be an enlisted man, but I don't know how Mother ever explained it to the bridge club. If my executive officer got broken down to a seaman second class for being in this scandal. Gus, the utter social humiliation. All right, come on, boys, let's go, before Boffington retires for the night and locks his windows, Kelsall ordered, his voice low and urgent. Now, remember, gloop right between the eyes. A direct, incapacitating hit. Boys, don't worry. Skip, this is going to be a million laughs. Meanwhile, Commodore Boffington was sitting stiffly in his office, glowering over Pipkin Whiffle's service record, mentally preparing the damning report for the fitness board, savoring the final, delicious moments of Kelsall's defeat. Lieutenant Elroy Phibbs sat opposite him, meticulously taking notes, his pen scratching nervously across the paper. Now, the fitness board is going to love this record. Phibbs, Boffington grumbled, his voice dark with malicious anticipation. He tapped Whiffle's file. July 16th, during gunnery drill, he shot down a target plane. August the 1st, he torpedoed one of our garbage scouts, said he thought it was a nip-sub camouflaged with potato peels. Potato peels. Phibbs, the utter insolence, the sheer culinarians. Suddenly, Kelsall burst in, unannounced, followed by Chuckle Higgins. Hi, Kelsall chirped, adopting a tone of surprising cheerfulness. Boffington snapped up, startled, his pen flying from his hand. Kelsall, don't you ever knock. What do you want, a sailor? Have you no sense of basic decorum? What fresh indignity do you bring to my office this time, you rogue? Oh, me. Well, Captain Kelsall began, feigning politeness, a wide, innocent smile on his face. We just thought that perhaps... I don't care what you thought, Boffington interrupted, slamming his fist on the desk. You're not going to change my mind. You're finished. You're done. You and that bumbling executive officer of yours are as good as demoted. Your naval careers are over, Kelsall. Well, Captain Kelsall continued, under his cheerful demeanor unwavering, seeing as how we can't change your mind about getting Mr. Whiffle booted out. Well, we just thought we'd come over and make sure there were no hard feelings. No hard feelings at all, sir. A gesture of goodwill, despite our differences. Boffington narrowed his eyes suspiciously, his gaze darting between Kelsall and Higgins. No hard feelings. Will you quit trying to snow me? I'm onto your tricks. Now, what do you want? Why, what nefarious plot are you cooking up now, you devious sea dog? Kelsall feigned disappointment, sighing dramatically. See, I know you wouldn't believe it. Skip, well, I guess you're right. Chuckle, so go ahead and give him the gift that you bought for him, and then we'll shove off. Go ahead, Chuckle. Chuckle Higgins, with a nervous grin, presented a large, brightly wrapped bouquet to Boffington, tied with a ludicrously large red ribbon. Captain, on behalf of No Hard Feelings, and through deepest admiration, on this for Pete's sake, Higgins, will you knock off that dribble and get to it? Boffington interrupted, his suspicion warring with a hint of genuine, childish curiosity. Get to it, you bought me a present. What did you get me, you rascal? A peace offering? Perhaps. Chuckle, flustered, stammered. Well, here you are, sir. He pulled back the wrapping, revealing a monstrous bouquet of bright yellow goldenrod, its pollen shimmering innocently. Boffington's eyes immediately swelled, and he began to sneeze violently, a series of explosive guttural bursts that shook his frame. Achoo, goldenrod. You know I'm allergic to that, you idiot. Achoo, my sinuses are revolting. Kelsall, ever the innocent, rushed forward, his face a picture of exaggerated concern. Oh, that's terrible, sir. My profound apologies, sir. Well, as you see, that's all we could find, sir. Utterly unique and tragically out. He then quickly and efficiently flung Boffington's office window open. Oh, what you need is some air, sir. Get these out of the air. Achoo. Air, air, air is what you need, sir. Achoo, to clear your tormented lungs. As Kelsall flung the window open, Gus grumbles, positioned outside with the laughing gas tank, immediately uncorked a silent, invisible plume, efficiently directing it through the open window, directly towards Boffington's sneezing, unsuspecting face. "What are you cutthroats doing out there?" Boffington, still sneezing, roared, completely oblivious to the gaseous assault, his face screwed up in discomfort. "It smells festive and somewhat fruity." "Landscaping details, sir," Gus replied cheerfully, disguised as a gardener, wielding a rather large, rusty pruning shears. "We're just spraying the shrubs, Commodore, for pests, sir. Particularly aggressive, pollen-bearing pests, sir." Chuckle Higgins, improvising wildly, joined in. "That's right, sir. The whole island's been invaded by the dreaded frangipani flies. Look out, sir. Here they come. A flock of them. Dreadful. Insects, sir, capable of inflicting severe irritation." Boffington's eyes, already watering from the pollen and the insidious gas, widened in alarm. "I never heard anything, so you squirted that right in my face. Stupid, ought you?" He started to feel a strange, disorienting lightness, a sudden, almost uncontrollable urge to giggle. Wait a minute. Breathe deeply," Captain Kelsall urged, patting Boffington on the back with theatrical concern. "Breathe deeply now. Clear your lungs, sir. Clear your lungs of those bothersome allergies and any residual grumpiness that might be lingering. Embrace the fresh, invigorating air." Boffington, already feeling the insidious, delightful effects of the gas, began to giggle uncontrollably, his sneezing now punctuated by spasms of pure, unadulterated hilarity. "Oh, father, it's a questionnaire, ought you? Here they come again. Another flock of them. Frangipanis at 3 o'clock. Geronimo, we're being invaded by flies." He burst into uncontrollable laughter, his head thrown back, his voice a high. "Isn't that terrible, huh? Dreadfully, deliciously terrible. The most hilarious invasion in recorded history." "Well, don't you worry about us things," Captain Kelsall said, winking conspiratorially at his crew, who were peeking in through the window, barely suppressing their own laughter. "We're right behind you, sir. We'll stick by you to the bitter end, because we're your friends. We're friends. Ha 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 ha. That's a good one. That's a real buddy." Huh. Boffington, now utterly lost in a fit of giggles, his face contorted with looked at his service record on the desk, the very document of Pipkin Whiffle's impending doom. "Did you see that, Kelsall? It's too bad you have to lose him, sir." He pointed to Pipkin Whiffle's file, now a source of unexpected amusement. Kelsall feigned confusion, though his eyes were twinkling with triumph. "What? Did he lose him, sir? Oh, you mean his impending demotion, sir, the one you so diligently planned?" Boffington nodded vigorously, still laughing hysterically, tears streaming from his eyes. "Well, you're the one who sent for the fitness board, the one that's going to reduce him to seaman." "Oh dear no, I'm in seaman, sir!" A delightful, side-splitting laugh. Boffington, in his altered state, his mind a delightful haze of euphoria, suddenly decided he had had enough of Kelsall's lamentations about Pipkin's fate. "I'll take care of that, Kelsall," he announced, a gleam of manic, drug-induced generosity in his eyes. Elroy Phibbs, go get in here, this very instant, you scribbling sick, my loyal, albeit bewildered aide." Elroy, startled, poked his head in, his face a picture of profound trepidation. "You called, sir? I don't know, did I? My pen ran out of ink at the precise moment you summoned me, sir." "Yes, you called," Boffington roared, practically dancing with glee, his earlier allergy completely forgotten amidst the joyous hilarity induced by the laughing gas. "Send a message up to Grand Command Post and cancel the fitness board. The infernal, utterly, unnecessary, ridiculously, over-the-top fitness board for Ensign Whiffle." Elroy Phibbs blinked, convinced his Commodore had finally, irrevocably, lost his marbles. "Oh, I get a series of jokes. Ha ha! A hilarious practical joke, no doubt. You're simply playing a humorous prank, sir." "Do I sound like I'm joking, Phibbs?" Boffington demanded, still giggling, though with a faint edge of manic hysteria in his voice. "Yes, okay. Go and copy and send a message. Cancel the board. A complete and utter revocation of my previous, regrettable, and thoroughly preposterous command. It's all so incredibly funny." Kelso, seizing the moment, leaned in, his own eyes sparkling. Come on, isn't that right, Walt? He called Buffington by his first name, a familiarity he would never normally dare, but which, under the influence of laughing gas, seemed entirely appropriate. That's right, quiz baby, Buffington agreed, equally familiar, utterly lost in his drug-induced euphoria, his eyes rolling heavenward in blissful mirth. Oh, but sure, no, send a message now, Fibs, just as fast as your fat little legs will carry you out of my sight. Scat man, fly like the frangipani flies. Ha! Elroy, utterly bewildered but accustomed to Buffington's inexplicable mood swings, hurried off to the radio shack, shaking his head, convinced he was now working for a man who belonged in an institution rather than a command post. Keep it working, boys, Kelso whispered to his crew, who was still peeking through the window, stifling their own laughter. If this stuff is going to start to wear off, we've got to do our thing. Full commitment to this act of benevolent sabotage. Buffington, meanwhile, was happily nudging Kelso in the ribs, completely unaware of the subtle manipulation. Thought they were going to get rid of you, didn't they? Chuckle. Yeah, but I'm going to do it because I like you. Pipkin Whiffle, I like you. Bingy Week. Ha! It's all so incredibly, deliciously absurd. He giggled. What's your need, sir? Kelso asked, still playing along, trying to gauge Buffington's current level of It's a little bit more fresh air, isn't it? Yes, a little bit more. He winked at Gus, who was lurking near the open window, ready with another blast of the potent gas. Yes, hey, get ready you guys, Chuckle Higgins hissed to Gus. It's stuck. Skip, the window's stuck. The office window, which Kelso had opened earlier, had now jammed halfway open, refusing to budge. What's so funny about that? Higgins, Buffington asked, his laughter suddenly punctuated by a faint edge of confusion, a tiny wrinkle of sobriety forming amidst the drug-induced giggles. Well, don't you get it, sir? It's a riot. The window's stuck, sir. Chuckle burst into renewed laughter, pointing frantically. That's your funny little potato peel, sir. Ha ha, it's a literal metaphor for your stuck-up policies, sir. Buffington frowned, the laughter fading rapidly from his eyes, replaced by a growing suspicion, a dangerous glimmer of returning lucidity. I'll go along with that. It's funnier than potato peels. What are you 8 balls doing here? Anyway, how am I right here? Trying to understand the true nature of this inexplicable hilarity. Just try to open your window, sir, Kelso offered, trying desperately to keep the merriment going, to prevent the fragile illusion from shattering. Yes, but remember, I'm Bingy Winky. Get my own window open. I shall. What is this Bingy Winky? Buffington asked, the laughter now completely gone, replaced by a chilling clarity. Are you out of your mind, Kelso, out of your mind? That's one we've heard you say. You're not laughing. How could you call you? His eyes began to focus, his brow furrowing, piecing together the events. I don't know what this is all about, but I'm... Just then, Elroy Phibbs burst back into the office, out of breath, his chest heaving, his face a mixture of terror and bewildered accomplishment. Sir, I ran all the way. Oh, mission accomplished. I sent the message. Commodore, you asked for me, so here I am, your diligent messenger. Buffington stared at him, his face now a mask of cold, terrifying clarity. The laughing gas had worn off, leaving him with a splitting headache and a memory of embarrassing euphoria. Why would I send a dummy like you on a mission? Phibbs, you're a dummy, a certified grade an utter imbecile. Phibbs. But, sir, Elroy stammered, bewildered by the sudden shift in demeanor. You specifically ordered me to radio Grand Command Post and cancel Ensign Whiffle's fitness board. By what? Sir, you said, and I quote, Sir, get going as fast as your fat little legs will carry you. I simply followed orders. Commodore. Lithering dodo, Buffington roared, his face turning puce, a testament to his renewed, furious indignation. Have you lost the last few marbles that you had? Phibbs, why would I want to cancel it? If anything, I want the thing on this hyena. Speed it up, Phibbs. Now, look, Now, I can't. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but I'm going to drive over to the radio shack and take care of this myself. Get away from my window. Kelso, still desperately trying to buy time, grabbed Buffington's arm as he stormed towards his jeep. A big thing. Commodore, just let me open your window. Come here. That is not Bigalingi. It is the sound of reason. Well, you are, when the windows open. Buffington fumed, struggling against Kelsel's surprisingly strong grip. Yeah. I do want to do this to an old pal. After all, the laughs we've had together, this morning, this festive occasion, the memory of them makes me nauseous. Elroy Phibbs, observing the wrestling match, added, Sir, I about 2 hours spent on that wire. It was a long message. Buffington snarled at Kelsel, his eyes blazing. Fair weather. Friend, what is going on here? You scoundrels are utterly infuriating. Kelsel, seeing that the game was up, sighed, a flicker of genuine worry crossing his face. We're just trying to open up this window, Commodore. Now we're going to go see if we need some help with the window and the jeep. He broke free, signaling to his crew. Quick, we've got to give him another belt with this stuff. Otherwise, Mr. Whiffle's a goner. His career will be utterly obliterated. Here, Chuckle, take this. Now, when I get his attention, give him a blast. The rest of you guys follow my lead. Captain, don't start that motor. Sir. Buffington, enraged, stormed towards his jeep, only to be surrounded by Kelsel and his crew, all pretending to be overzealous mechanics, brandishing wrenches and oil cans. Now, sir, Kelsel exclaimed, waving his hands frantically, placing himself directly in Buffington's path. We just got an emergency order from maintenance, sir. They said to check all vehicles for possible enemy sabotage. A vital, precautionary measure. A routine inspection of your personal conveyance. Commodore. No. Get away from there. Put that hood down. Get away from the vehicle. Buffington shrieked, swatting furiously at their hands, his rage boiling over. What are you doing, you infernal scoundrels? Get the hood down. What is she? Any fly, sir. He struggled with Gus Grumbles, who, with surprising dexterity, was spraying him with more laughing gas, a subtle, almost invisible mist. Get that thing out of my face. You, excellent son. I am immune to your gaseous... Kelsel, however, knew his superior too well. Mr. Kelsel, sir, I am not worried about any enemies. You are the only enemy that I have. That is my sabotage, Kelsel. Your very existence is a threat to my command. Buffington raged, succumbing once more to the intoxicating effects of the gas. Go, nincompoop, Buffington thundered, his anger now tinged with a return of drug-induced hysteria, as he noticed, what in blazes are you doing up